Hello and welcome to Pabbly Connect. So in this video, we are going to discuss the top 15 Calendly automations that you can set up with Pabbly Connect. We all know Calendly is one of the most popular event booking and appointment platform used by a lot of users. So we are going to discuss some of the best Calendly automation in this complete video, and you will learn how you can set up all of these automations by yourself. So let's discuss a few of them first. The first automation that we have is sending SMS to new Calendly invitee. Let's say a user books an appointment with you on your Calendly booking page. Now as they book the appointment, automatically we are going to send all the appointment details to the same person as a SMS notification. The next automation that we have is sending WhatsApp message for scheduled Calendly event. So in this automation, instead of SMS, you can automatically send all the booking or event details as a WhatsApp message to the invitee, to the person who has booked an appointment with you. The next automation that we have is adding appointment details to Google Sheet, and this is the personal favorite one. Using this automation, all the bookings or appointment which you are getting from your Calendly account, you can all of those bookings with all the details into Google Sheet. Using this automation, you can actually maintain a complete record of each and every booked appointment in a Google Sheet. The next automation that we have is post cancelled Calendly event on Slack. Let's say a user or a client cancelled the meeting with you. So using this automation, as the booking is cancelled on your Calendly account, automatically all the details of that booking will be shared as a message on your Slack channel. In this way, you can update your team members for the cancelled meeting in advance. The next automation that we have is adding Calendly invitee Zoho campaign. So using this automation, whenever a user is going to book an meeting, an event or appointment with you on Calendly, you can basically take those same details and add that same person as a subscriber, as a contact in Zoho campaign or any other email marketing platform. And the last one which we are going to discuss right now is creating Mailchimp subscriber for new Calendly page. So here guys, using this automation, whenever you get a new invitee, you can add that same person as a subscriber in your Mailchimp account. Instead of email marketing platform, you can also add the same person into your CRM platform or any other platform as well. So these were just a few of them, but in this complete video, in this complete guide, we are going to discuss some of the best automations related to Calendly, and we are going to show you how you can set up all of these top 15 automations by yourself. So without any further delay, let's begin.
In this video, I'll show you how to send a Google Meet video link to a new Calendly invitee automatically. So what will happen every time a new invitee is created into your Calendly application, a meeting will be scheduled automatically with that invitee into our Google Meet application, and the same meeting link will even get sent automatically to the same invitee. So if you also want to automatically schedule the meetings for your Calendly invitees, come with me and I will show you how you can set this automation for yourself step by step. Now to automate this process, I'll have to integrate my Calendly application and Google Meet application, and I'm going to integrate these two with the Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing integration and automation software, and I'm an existing user of Pabbly Connect, so here you can see I am already logged in. You can also create your free account in just 2 minutes from the sign up free button, and in the free account you will also get free tasks to test this automation. Now once you will reach to the dashboard, simply click on this blue button, that is create workflow, and provide any random name to your workflow, to your automation. Okay, so let's say I'm providing the name something like when a new invitee is created in Calendly application, then what should be done? Basically it should create and send. Okay, there should be a space also, create and send Google Meet video link. Okay, Google Meet link to invitee. Okay, and this process should be done automatically. Okay, so I have provided the name. Now click on create, and then you will find 2 boxes in front of you. Okay, so these are actually trigger and action. Okay, so here trigger means when this happens, and action means do this. I repeat, whenever this happens, then automatically do this. Understand with an example also. Whenever a sale happen in a payment gateway application, then automatically send an email via Gmail application. Okay, according to our use case, whenever any new invitee is created in which application? In Calendly application, then automatically send a meeting link, or you can say schedule a meeting into Google Meet application. Okay, so this is how you need to always select the applications in which you are building an automation in this trigger and action window. Okay, now I'm going to first connect Calendly with the Pabbly Connect, then I'm going to connect Pabbly Connect with the Google Meet. Okay, and this is how I'm going to automate this process. Firstly, you'll have to select a trigger event. Okay, so I want that when whenever an invitee is created into the Calendly application. So that is why I have selected this specific trigger event, okay, and now I'm going to connect this Calendly with the Pabbly Connect, okay. So simply click on this button and this is how Calendly will be immediately connected with the Pabbly Connect, okay. Well, why the authorization is successful? Because I am already logged in into my Calendly account. Here you can see, okay. Now come back to Pabbly Connect and now here you can see it is showing an organization and the user, okay. So my calendar, my event is created into this particular user only, so that is why it is showing the same, okay. So simply click on this button, save and send test request, and you will see an instruction that it has started waiting for the response, okay. So once you have clicked over the save and send test request button, do a test submission or record in that application in order to capture the response here, okay. So basically it is asking you to do a test submission or record, and here the test submission or record means creation of a new invitee into the Calendly, okay. So how about I go to my Calendly application, alright, and here you can see I have created this online consultation with doctor, okay. I'm going to open the page of this consultation, alright, this is the page, and then I'm going to make a new booking by filling out this particular details, okay. So today it is 7th of April and I'm going to make a booking, let's say for this 14th of April, okay, and the timing will be 10 AM, alright. Let me confirm it and provide the details also, okay, and I'm going to provide the details of dummy user, okay. So that is why I'm taking this dummy and user as the details, okay. demo@pabblytools.com, alright. Finally asking for the contact number, so again I'll add a dummy number only. Alright, click on the schedule event and the event will be scheduled, okay, and you are scheduled with this particular person, and this is the confirmation. Now as soon as I'm going to make a submission, here you will see Pabbly Connect will instantly capture these details, okay. I'll have to wait for those responses for few more seconds. And here you can see the response is received. Let me show you the details one by one. Alright, so here is the same email address which I have provided at the time of submission. Here we have the name of the person, basically the first name and last name, and we have the full name as well, okay. And this is the created at, basically it is the date and time of the submission, okay. Let me also show you other details, basically. Alright, here we have the phone number, and then now I am looking for those start date and time which I have provided, alright. So here you can see we have this end timing, that is of 14th of April and 5:30. Now why it is showing the timing as 5:30 but I have selected the timing as 10 AM because this timing is actually into the UTC format, okay. So if I will convert this timing into the normal local time, okay, UTC time conversion, I'm going to open any random tool, online tool, alright, okay, and then I'm going to copy this timing in front of you, okay. So this is actually 5:30, okay. Let me add the same timing here, that is 05, and then I'll add 30, and then I'm going to convert it, and here you can see we have this 11 AM. Well, why it is 11 AM? Because this is the end time, not the start time. Here you can see it is the end time. So let us also convert the start time, alright, start time, I'm sorry for that, okay. Here we have the start timing as 4:30, okay. So let us convert this timing as well, and you will actually get the real time at which you have submitted the form, at which you have actually booked the appointment, okay, that is 10 AM, okay. So in this particular case we do not even need to convert these date and times from UTC to the local timings. Why? Because when you are going to schedule the meetings into the Google Meet, this is also going to ask you the timing into the UTC format only, okay. So let me show you. If I'll select this action event as a schedule meeting, and just like I have built a connection in Calendly and Pabbly Connect, now I am going to build a connection in Google Meet and Pabbly Connect. For that you'll have to sign in with Google. Basically you'll have to provide the access of your Google Meet. Well, I have already provided the access, so that is why I have selected the existing connections only. But if you will also build this connection for the first time, then you can also go with the existing connections only, okay. Alright, so this is my Google Calendar, and whatever the calendars are available inside my Google Calendar have started visible here, okay. Let me show you, and I'm going to select which particular calendar, okay. So how about we go with this latest latest calendar. Okay, and here also I am going to select this latest calendar only. Make sure this latest calendar should be selected here. Alright, so I have selected the same. Come back here. Okay, so I was showing you that why you don't even need to change this timing from UTC to local timing, because in this case also it is going to ask you the time into the UTC format only. So that is why I'll go with the same timings. Now the presence of this data clearly shows that the connection in between Pabbly Connect and Calendly application is working absolutely fine. Now I'm going to create and schedule a meeting with which particular person, with this demo@pabblytools.com, basically with this demo user. Okay, for that you'll have to first select this Google Meet application, then you'll have to build a connection, then you'll have to select a calendar, and finally provide a summary and the description, the start date and the end date. Okay, so we already have the start and end date and time, so I don't need to even manually copy this data and paste it here. I'm going to map it. Mapping is very simple. Simply click on this particular icon and you will find the above data here in the drop down. Let me search for that start date. Alright, so I have mapped it. Okay, again let me show you. It is asking the timing into the UTC format, and it should be into this YYYYMMDD and it is the same timing, that is YYYMMDD and Z. Okay, now I am going to map the end timing as well. Alright, so where is the end time? Alright, so I have mapped it, asking for the description and the summary. So how about I write it something like a new request from a patient for the online consultation. Okay, online consultation, and in the summary I will write something like this consultation is for the 1 hour and you can directly join the meeting from the calendar itself. Okay, calendar itself. Okay, so I have provided a random description and summary to this Google event, or you can say this Google meeting. Okay, and I think I have already provided all the important details, well, this attendee emails. Okay, so again I will map the attendee email as this demo@pabblytools.com. and here let me tell you a very important thing. If you would like to schedule the meetings into the Google Meet, you will also have to provide a random unique ID, then only the meeting will be scheduled. Okay, so nothing could be better than this email ID, because it is of course going to be unique. So how about I provide this email address only. Now I'll be clicking on this button, save and send test request, and you will see how the meeting will be scheduled automatically. Okay, so come back to Pabbly Connect, click on this button, save and send test request, and wait for the response to be received. And here you can see the response is received, and what it is showing, it is showing that the meeting has been scheduled on this particular date and time. Okay, so let us check, and here you can see 10 AM, a new request from a patient for the online consultation, and now you can directly join the meeting from this particular button. One guest, and this guest is, okay, the name of the guest is, basically the email address of the guest is demo@pabblytools.com, and here we have the description also, that is this consultation is for the 1 hour and you can directly join the meeting from the calendar itself. Now you have already got the confirmation, you have already received all the meeting details as a online doctor, but now I'm going to send these details to the patient also. How you can send that? So let's say you want to send these details via Gmail over their Gmail application. So that is why I'm going to search for the Gmail here, and just like I have connected above two applications with Pabbly Connect, now I will also connect this Gmail with the Pabbly Connect, and this time also again I'll go with the existing connections only. You just need to select the new connection and provide the access of your Gmail account, asking for the recipient email address. I have already told you that you can map the details from the above data. Alright, so I have mapped it, and you must be thinking, what is this mapping which I am repeating again and again? So whatever the details you will map here will be replaced automatically when this automation will work in real time. Okay, and whatever the details I am going to provide manually, okay, so let's say I'm providing the name here manually, this name will remain same here. Okay, and in subject line I want to write something like hello and dash, in place of dash I am going to map the username, that is the first name only, hello demo, meeting is scheduled successfully. Okay, alright, so I have provided a nice subject line. How about we also compose a message? Simply select a plain content type and start creating your content, your email. Okay, so here again I'll write something like hello, and this time I am going to map the full name as demo user, and don't worry, this name will be replaced automatically. Hello dummy user, a meeting is successfully scheduled. You can join the meeting from this link. Okay, and let us add the link of that meeting. Now from where you can receive that link? Okay, so if you'll click on this link, you will find the data into this particular response, into the Google Meet response. You just need to search for the Hangout link. Okay, I repeat, Hangout link. Okay, so here we have the Hangout link, basically the meeting link, which I have mapped. Start date and time of the meeting is, okay, and here I can also map the start date, that is, here we have the start date, the exact date, that is 14th of April and 10 AM. I'm also going to mention the end date and time of meeting. Okay, and here you can also map the end timing as well. Let me search for the same. Okay, so I am going to map this end timing from this Google Meet step, because I have received this response into the local timing, not into the UTC format. Okay, so I think I have provided all the important data. Let me open first my Gmail account so that I can show you how this email will be sent to my customer, to the client. Alright, so I have opened my Gmail account. Let me come back to Pabbly Connect, click on this button, save and send test request, and wait for the response to receive. And here you can see the response is already received, which is saying that the email has been sent. Come back to Pabbly Connect, come back to Gmail account, and here you can see the email is arrived. Hello demo, meeting is scheduled successfully. And if I'll read the email, hello demo user, a meeting successfully scheduling. Okay, this line is not looking good to me. Okay, you can join the meeting from this link. Start date and time of the meeting is this, end date and time of meeting is this. Okay, lot of spelling errors, so how about I first correct this spelling? Okay, a meeting is successfully scheduled. Alright, so I have corrected all the errors, and I'll be clicking on this button once again, and I hope I will now receive the better email, the correct email. And here you can see one more email is arrived, and this time this email does not consist of any spelling error. Okay, so this is how now onwards, every time someone is going to book an appointment with you, or you can say a new invitee is created into your Calendly application, you can now schedule meetings automatically into your Google Calendar, and they can easily join the meeting from this particular link. And you can even send the same meeting links to that form submitter also, basically to that invitee also on their email. And to automate this process, you need to create this automation inside Pabbly Connect just once. After that, you can sit back and relax, because Pabbly Connect will take care of all the tasks in the backend. You do not have to do anything manually. Just in case if you want to access this automation, I'll also attach this link into the description box. Simply click on this link, sign up into the Pabbly Connect, and then you will be able to access this workflow, this automation inside your Pabbly Connect account, that too for free.
So in this video, we are going to learn how to send SMS to new Calendly invitee. Now guys, if you are using Calendly as an application to get appointments from your users, this automation is going to help you a lot. So in this automation, whenever a new invitee will be created in Calendly, which means whenever a new user is going to book an appointment with you using your Calendly page, instantly, automatically, we are going to send an SMS notification to the same user's number who has booked an appointment. Isn't it amazing that you can automate this process of notifying your customer that their appointment has been successfully scheduled? Now guys, if you want to use this automation and know how you can set up this automation for yourself, now you have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. And after reaching to this dashboard, just click on Create Workflow and give this workflow a name. For example, I would like to name our workflow as Calendly to Twilio. And then just click on create. Now you can see that our workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have two different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those two concepts, those two principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's begin with the trigger window. Now the idea here is first we have to connect our Calendly account with Pabbly Connect so that every time a new user is going to book an appointment with us via Calendly, automatically the details of that newly booked appointment, that new invitee being created in Calendly will be received inside Pabbly Connect. And after that, using Pabbly Connect, we are going to send those new invitee details to Twilio, and using Twilio, we are going to send a welcome message to them on their number. So let's see guys how it is done. Now here in Choose App, search for Calendly over here. Just select it. And then after selecting Calendly, it is asking us for the trigger event. So in trigger event from the drop down, select the trigger event as invitee created. After selecting invitee created, that is user, click on connect and select add new connection. Now here guys, we have to connect our Calendly account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, just click on this connect with Calendly button. And then here guys, just click on connect to Calendly. Now because I have already logged into my Calendly account in my browser, Pabbly Connect has detected the same account and made the connection over here. After making this connection, it is asking us for the organization and user. Right now in my Calendly account, I have only one organization. That's why in this dropdown you can see only one organization. Just select it. And then here in my Calendly account, I have only one user. That's why you can see only one user over here. So we have selected that user as well. Now here is an important note. Let's read it. It says, make sure you have a Calendly Pro plan in order to use this integration. So here guys, we required a Pro plan of Calendly to get the details of a new invitee inside Pabbly Connect to set up an automation and integration via Pabbly Connect. Now after getting these details, entering these details, just click on save and send test request. Now when we click on save and send test request, it has now changed to waiting for response. This means Pabbly Connect is waiting to get the response, the details of new invitee being created in our Calendly account. So let's do this. We will go to a Calendly account and here I have an event, an appointment for technical discussion. We are just going to copy the link of this event and then just paste it in a new tab. So this is the booking page the user is going to see. Now here guys, let's make a test appointment. Let's book a test appointment over here. For example, let's select the date as 11th of April. The time is 10 AM. Then let's enter the first name. The first name is, for example, test user. This is the name of the person. This is the email address of the person. And this is the mobile number. Then let's add a query. So we are setting up this automation. We are setting up this automation. So this is just a simple query. Now just click on this schedule event button. Now when we click on schedule event, you can see that just now as a new user, as a fresh user, we have booked an appointment and in our Calendly account. And we will see as this appointment is booked, as a new user, a new invite is created in our Calendly account, automatically, instantly, the details of this exact same appointment will be received inside Pabbly Connect. So let's open to Pabbly Connect and yes, here you can see that in our trigger window, we have received some response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows the details of the same invitee being created, the same name of the user who has booked an appointment with us. Then we'll scroll down, you can see the mobile number of the same user. Then here you can see the same message which they have entered and also the email address over here. Here is the email address. So this means guys, the complete details of a new invitee being created in Calendly is received inside Pabbly Connect. Also in this response, you will see the details of the date and time, that for what date and time the user has basically created this event, booked an appointment. So here you can see the resource start time. So the date was 11th of April, you can see the date, and here you can see the time. Now guys, the time which we have selected while scheduling this event was 10 AM. But here in response, you can see that the start time is showing 4:30 AM. Now this is because we have selected the time according to the Indian Standard Time, the Indian time zone. But in response, in API response, when we get these details, this data inside Pabbly Connect, the data is sent in UTC time zone by Calendly. So Calendly sent us this exact same date and time, but in UTC time zone. And according to the UTC time zone, when it's 10 a.m. in India, it's 4:30 a.m. according to UTC time zone. That's why we have received this start date time in this particular format in this time zone. Also, this same thing applies for end date and time as well. Like here in this resource end time, you can see the same difference over here. So the appointment was supposed to be end as 10:30 a.m. after 30 minutes. And here you can see the time as 5 a.m. over here. 30 minutes after this start time over here. So what we can do, we can actually convert this date time, start date time and end date time from this complex format to a pretty simpler format. And also we can change the time zone of this date and time. And to do this, we will be using another feature of Pabbly Connect that is called date time formatter. So here guys, the step 1 of setting up this automation is completed. We have connected our Calendly account with Pabbly Connect and received the details, the response of a new invitee being created. Now let's move to step 2, and in step 2, we are going to change the format and time zone of the start date time. For that, just scroll down, come to our action window, and here in choose app, select date time formatter. After selecting date time formatter, in action event from the drop down, select format date with time zone, and then just click on connect. After clicking on connect, the first thing it asks us is the date, that what is the response of date and time whose format and time zone we want to change. So here guys, we want to change the format and time zone of this start date time, resource start time. So this is the response of date and time. Now we have to map this response from this trigger responses step to this field. And guys, the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field, and here in the drop down, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from Calendly. And here from these responses, select the response of start time. So event start time, here it is. This is it. Just select it and map it. Then it is asking us from format, that in which particular format this date and time is present right now. And here in the drop down, you can see a list of different formats. Out of all of them, we have to select this format, and in this particular format, this date and time is present right now. Then it is asking us for two format. So in which particular format we want to change the date and time. And once again, in the drop down, here you can see a list of different formats over here. So out of all of these formats, in which format we want to change the event or the appointment start date and time. So we have this format of day, month, year, hours, minutes, and seconds. It is a pretty simple, pretty clear format. So I want to change the format of date and time in this format. Then it is asking us from time zone. So from the drop down, we are going to select UTC as the from time zone. Because in UTC time zone, we have received this response of date and time. And here in 2 time zone, we are going to select Asia Kolkata. Because I'm in India, and in India, we follow Asia Kolkata time zone. As you can see, Indian Standard Time. So I've selected Asia Kolkata over here. And then just click on Save and Send Test Request. Now, after clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see that the date and time of the start of the appointment, which you have received in Calendly in UTC time zone, the format and the time zone of that date is changed. And we have this pretty clear, simple format according to the Asia Kolkata time zone. 11th of April 2023, 10 a.m. After this, guys, we have successfully converted the event start date. Now what we have to do, we want to send a confirmation message to the user who has just now booked an appointment on their number. And for that, we are going to use Twilio. So just scroll down, click on this Add Action Step button. And then here in Choose App, search for Twilio. Just select it. After selecting Twilio, an action event from the drop-down, select Send SMS Message as the action event. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. So here guys, we have to connect our Twilio account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we have to enter the account SID and authorization token of our Twilio account. Now here you must be thinking how we are going to get these details. So here guys, we have to just go to a Twilio account, and on the home page, you can see the account SID and auth token. Copy the account SID from here, go to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here. And once again over here. Then after that, copy the auth token and paste it over here too. And after this, just click on Save. And now we will see our Twilio account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the body of the SMS. That what is the SMS which we want to send to a user. The help text says enter the entire SMS message here. You can use BR tag for new line character. So usually while going to a new line, we use enter button. But here guys, it is saying us that in this message, in this body of the SMS, if we want to switch to the new line, it is asking us to use BR in these brackets. So let's see how our message is going to be. I want my message to be hello, and after hello, I want to mention the name of the person who has booked an appointment with us. So here guys, from responses of Calendly in trigger response we have received the name of the person in response. And here it is, the first name. So we are going to map this response of first name over here in this message section. Like after hello, whatever user is going to book an appointment with us, whatever name they are going to enter while booking the appointment, by the same name we are going to send the message. And as we all saw, the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field and from the drop down from Calendly responses, select the response of first name and map it over here. Then after this, I want my message to be hello test user, and now I want to share the details of the SMS which I want to send regarding the same event. You have successfully scheduled an appointment for, I want to mention the name of the event for which the user has scheduled. So the event name was technical discussion. So here from calendar responses, we have received the name of the appointment, name of the event for which the user has booked an appointment in Calendly. And here it is. So we are from this response, we are going to map this name over here. Starting from, and here I want to mention the date and time. So using date time formatter, we have actually changed the time zone and the format of the start date of the meeting. Like for whatever date and time the user has booked an appointment with us, for the same date and time, here you can see that we have received the response, and using date time formatter, we have changed the format and the time zone. So we are going to mention that start date and time over here as well. And just thank you. So this is just a simple basic message which I have created in this video. But instead of this, in this body of the SMS section, you can select any message. You can create any SMS body of your choice, and you can actually map any details for the event or the appointment which we have received from Calendly in the trigger window. So after creating the body of the SMS, the next thing it asks us is the sender number. So here guys, to get the sender number, we have to get back to Twilio account, and here in our Twilio account, you can see this my Twilio phone number. This is the sender's number. Just copy this phone number from here, go to Pabbly Connect, and then paste it over here. After this, it is asking us recipient number, that on what number we want to send this SMS. So we want to send this SMS to the same user who has booked an appointment with us. So here from Calendly responses, we have received that phone number over here. So here you can see that this is the mobile number. And we have to map this exact same number in this field. So just click here, and from the drop down from Calendly responses, select the response of number and map it over here. After mapping this number, just click on save and send test request. After clicking on save and send test request, here you can see that we have received some response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the SMS body which we have created, this SMS has been sent to this particular number, the same number which the user has entered while booking the appointment. So let's check the SMS inbox of this number. And yes, here you can see that on that number we have received a message which says hello test, means the name of the same person who has booked the appointment. You have successfully scheduled an appointment for technical discussion starting from 11th of April 2023, 10 AM. Thank you. So this is the exact same message whose body we have created over here in our workflow in the Twilio step. This means the automation workflow which we have created in this video is working perfectly fine. And using this automation, whenever a user is going to book an appointment, an invitee has been created in our Calendly account, automatically we are going to send an SMS confirmation with the invitee details, with the appointment details to the same user and their number as a SMS. Now guys, after setting up this automation, let's test this automation workflow once. We will go to Calendly, and here we are going to make another appointment. And let's change the date, time, and the username of this particular appointment. For example, I'll just copy the link of my Calendly page over here. So let's copy it, paste it in the new tab. And then let's select the date as 14th of April, for example, and time as 1 PM. Confirm. Enter the details, dummy user. This is the name. This is the email address of the user. and this is the mobile number. Let's enter the query, real-time test. Click on schedule event. So just now, a new appointment is been booked by a user on our Calendly page. A new invite is created in our Calendly account. And the timings are 1 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. on 14th of April 2023. Now, as we see that, guys, as this invite is created, this user books an appointment instantly. Within seconds, an SMS has been sent with the details to their number. And yes, here you can see that the user has received the SMS which says, "Hello dummy, you have successfully scheduled an appointment for technical discussion starting from 14th of April 2023, 1 p.m. This means, guys, the automation workflow which we have created in this video is working perfectly fine, and we have tested this automation in real time. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications using Pabbly Connect. And one more important thing, you will find the clone link of this exact same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone this same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this workflow for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
In this video, I will show you how you can start sending the WhatsApp messages for your Calendly events automatically. So assume that someone has booked your event which you have scheduled into your Calendly account, and after this booking, you want to share the event details with the same person on his WhatsApp number. Now to do that, you have two choices. Either you can manually copy the details of the person and the details of the event and then manually send the message, or you can entirely automate this process. So if you also want that whenever someone is booking your event, a confirmation message should get sent automatically on his WhatsApp number, then come with me and I will show you how you can set this automation step by step. Now in order to automate this process, I'll have to integrate Calendly and Interact. Now why Interact? Well, via Interact only, I'm going to send the automatic WhatsApp messages, okay? And I'm going to integrate these two with the Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing integration and automation software. Since I'm an existing user of Pabbly Connect, so here you can see I am already logged in. You can also create your free account in just 2 minutes from this sign up free button. And in the free account, you will also get free tasks to test this automation. Now, once you will reach to the dashboard, simply click on this blue button, that is create workflow, and provide any random name to your workflow, to your automation. Okay, so I have pasted the name as when event is booked by person, then send confirmation on his WhatsApp. Now click on create and then you will notice 2 boxes in front of you. Okay, so these are actually trigger and action. Okay, so here trigger means when this happens and action means do this. Whenever this happens, then automatically do this. Understand with an example also. Let's say whenever a sale happen in a payment gateway application, then automatically send an email via Gmail application. Okay, so this is how you need to always select the applications in which you are building an automation. According to our use case, whenever someone is booking your event into the Calendly account, then automatically send a confirmation message on the WhatsApp number of the person, basically via Interact application. Now why Interact? As I have told you, for sending the WhatsApp messages, I'll go with this Interact application. I am using this Interact application. Okay, now I am going to connect these 2 applications with the Pabbly Connect one by one. So firstly, select a trigger event, that is Invitee created. Okay, so you can also read the instruction. Triggers the webhook for all subscribed events within this organization. Okay, so whenever the invitee is created, now when this invitee will be created, whenever he is going to book any event. Okay, so whenever it is going to happen, this automation should trigger, or you can say the Pabbly Connect should capture all the details here. Okay, so simply select this add a new connection, simply click on connect with the Calendly, and then you will have to provide the access of your Calendly account. Okay, here you can see I am already logged in into my Calendly account, so the authorization is successful directly and my Calendly account is now connected with the Pabbly Connect. Okay, now in the organization, I just have a single organization, so I'm going to select the same. I have the single user also, so I will select the same, and now simply click on this button save and send test request, and you will see it will start waiting for the response. Alright, so you can notice that it is waiting for the response. Also read this note, that is once you have clicked over the save and send test request button, do a test submission or record in that application in order to capture the response here. Okay, so basically it is asking to do a test submission or record, and here the test submission or record means creation of a new invitee. Okay, so how I am going to do that? Firstly, I'll take you to my Calendly account, and here you can see online consultation with the doctor. I have created this particular event into my Calendly Calendly account. I am going to open the booking page of this particular event, and then I am going to book this particular event as a dummy user. Okay, so assume that I want to attend this online consultation with doctor on 18th of April. Okay, so I have selected the timing as well as the date, and now I'm going to confirm this booking and providing the details. Okay, so assume that my name is demo user. Here I will also add some dummy details, that is demo@pabblytudes.com. okay, and I'm also adding a dummy phone number, that is 9111111111. okay, going to schedule this event. Alright, so here you can see you are scheduled with Mr. This. Okay, a confirmation has been sent to your email address. Okay, come back to Pabbly Connect and wait for the very same data. Okay, fingers crossed. And here you can see the response is received. Okay, so if I will show you the details one by one, here we have the same email address. Here we also have the timing. Here we have the name of the person, that is demo user. This is the first name, this is the last name, and here we have the full name, and we also have this phone number. Okay, so I think the presence of this data clearly shows that the connection in between Pabbly Connect and Calendly is working absolutely fine. Now here, let me show you a very interesting thing. So I have made this booking for which particular date? Basically it was for 18th April and the timing was 9 AM. But if I will show you the timing, here you can see I have received the timing as 3:30. Now why I have received this timing? Because this time is actually into the UTC format. Okay, so either firstly I'll have to convert this timing from UTC to normal time zone to local time zone, and then I'm going to share these details with the person who has made booking with us. Okay, so how I'm going to do that? Simply click on this plus icon before your interact application, and here search for the date and time formatter feature. Well, it is an amazing feature of Pabbly Connect via which you can perform various kinds of operation within your dates. Okay, so currently I just want to format my date along with the time zone, so I have selected the same. Simply click on connect and it will be connected immediately. Now it is asking that which date you would like to format. Okay, so I want to format this start date. Where is that start date? Here you can see we have the start timing as 18th of April and 3:30. Okay, and now I'm going to provide this particular date only, and I don't need to manually copy this date and paste it here because I can access the Calendly response here also. Okay, so let me search for that start time. Okay, it was this. Okay, so let me map the same. Now it is asking for the from format, so I have the format into this T and Z format, which has got selected automatically, and asking for the to format. Well, this is not the human readable format. Sometimes it is hard to read this time, so how about I go with this particular timing? Okay, so I have selected the same. Now from time zone and to time zone, so we already know that this time zone is actually the UTC, so I will select the same. And now I want the local timing. Okay, I want this date and time into the local timing. Since I am from India, so I am going with this Asia and Kolkata. Let me click on this button, save and send test request, and this time I am really expecting to receive that 9 AM timing. And here you can see we have the same date, that is 18th of April 2023 and 9 AM. And now I can easily share the date and time, basically all the event details with my customer on his WhatsApp number. Okay, so moving further, here we have already selected this interact application. In the action events, since we want to send a message, so that is why I'll go with this send WhatsApp template message. And just like we have connected Calendly and Pabbly Connect, now I'm going to connect interact with the Pabbly Connect. Okay, but before I show you how this connection can be made, let me show you how you can visit to this interact applications. Firstly, I will take you to the interact dashboard. So how you can reach here, you will have to type this interact.ai. okay, and then you will have to create your account, and once you will reach to the dashboard, you will have to visit this template section. And in this template section, well, you must be thinking, what is this template section? So whenever you are sending the WhatsApp messages using the WhatsApp official API, you will always have to create the message template first, get it approved via Facebook, and then only you can start sending the messages to your customers, to your clients, by sending the message template, by sending the messages using these messages templates. Okay, and let me show you a lot of templates I have created, among which few are approved, few are pending, and few are rejected. If I will minimize it and if I will show you the color, here you can see the templates marked with the green color are the approved one, and the templates marked with the red color are the rejected selected one and the templates marked with the yellow color are the pending one. Okay, so currently I do not have any template that is into the pending mode, so that is why I do not have an example to show you. Okay, and how you can create this template and how you can send the message using these templates, I'll show you everything in detail, one by one, step by step. Okay, so firstly I'll show you how you can get this secret key. Okay, so you will directly have to visit this particular documentation. Okay, so let me wait for that, and since I'm already logged in, so it has not asked me any access. Okay, this is the token which I can directly copy from here, come back to Pabbly Connect and simply paste the same token, the same secret key here, click on save, and this is how your Interact application will be connected with the Pabbly Connect. Now here you can see it is asking me a lot of details. Okay, so firstly I will show you, I will take you again to my Interact dashboard, and firstly I will show you the message templates. Okay, for this particular automation, for this particular video, I have created a message with the name event details. Let me show you where is my template, that is event details. Alright, so this is the name of my message template, that is event details. Okay, and currently I am into the view mode, basically into the preview mode, because this particular template has already got the approval and this is the approved template. Here you can see this is the name of the message template, this is the language I have chosen. Okay, and from here exactly you can create a message for sending. Okay, and you must be thinking that what are these numbers packed with the curly braces? So these are called as variables, and you can add as many as variables as you want in your message template, and whatever the details you have kept into the form of variable, these details will replaced automatically when this automation will work in real time. So basically we are going to send the message to a lot of people using this single message template only. So what will happen, the name of the person will be replaced automatically, the booking details, the timing, every detail will be replaced automatically. Okay, so this is how this automation is going to take place, and in this message template footer and buttons were optional, so I have not included any, and it is completely up to you. If you want to include, you can do the same. And here I did not told you about this header section, again it is also optional, but just in case if you want to attach any document, any image or any text along with your header, along with the header of your message, you can also do the same, but currently I have kept it as none. Okay, and currently I'm into the view mode, so that is why I'm not able to add or edit this particular template, and I'm not able to add the variables. But when you are into the edit mode, you will find all the options here exactly into the edit mode. Okay, now let me come back to my Pabbly Connect dashboard and let us fill the details one by one. So firstly it is asking for the country code, then phone number, and then again it is asking for the phone number. Now why it is asking for the phone number at two different places? Okay, so before I explain you the reason, firstly I'll show you this node. Okay, so important node is, it is mandatory to give a value for either full phone number or for both phone number and country code. Well, it is completely depends on which kind of phone number you have currently. Okay, so if you have the phone number along with the country code, in that case you will have to provide the phone number value here. But just in case if you have a phone number only without country code, in that case you will have to provide the phone number into this specific field, and then we are going to provide the country code separately. Okay, so let us check whether we have the phone number along with the country code or without country code. Okay, so this was the response, these were the response of the candidate. And here you can see I have the phone number along with the country code. So I'm going to map this particular number, and mapping is very simple inside Pabbly Connect. Simply click on this particular field and you will find the above data here in the drop down. Let me search for that data, and here we have the phone number which I have mapped. Okay, it has also asked to provide a country code. So how about I provide the country code manually here. Okay, so I have added this plus sign, and whatever the details here I have mapped will replaced automatically when this automation will work in real time, and whatever the details I have provided manually here will remain same. Okay, so this is how the number will be replaced automatically of every new person, and this plus sign will remain same. Now asking for the template code name, so I have already told you everything about the template. Okay, so this was my template, the name of the template was event details, and you can copy the code from here, from the URL. Okay, so I have copied, let me me paste the same. Secondly, it is asking for the language code. Well, the code for English is EN and code for English US will be EN US. Okay, so I have selected which particular language. So it was English. So I am going to use this EN as a code. Okay, now it is asking for the header value. Well, as I have told you that I have not included any header, so I will keep this particular field blank, asking for the body variable values, the most interesting part of this Interact application. Okay, so here exactly we are going to provide that what values should come in place of these variables. Okay, so you just need to provide the value separated by a comma. Okay, so currently in my template I have total 7 variables, so I am going to provide 7 values here. Okay, so first value is all about the name of the person, so let me map the name of the person which was demo user. I am going to map the full name. Okay, so I have provided the value for the first variable. So second variable is all about the type of booking, so here I will add something like appointment. Okay, so you have booked an appointment. Okay, let me also read it here from here also. Okay, you have booked an appointment for this. Okay, so for which? For the online consultation with the doctor. So for the third variable I have added this comma, and then I am going to search for the type of the appointment. Okay, so here we have this online consultation with the doctor. Okay, so this is how it is going to be. You have booked an appointment for online consultation with the doctor. For this, add this, and here I will map the date and timing. Okay, so I have this date and time into a single field only. Let me show you into this date and time formatter. Via this date and time formatter I have fetched this timing. Okay, but I have this date and time into a single field only, so I can also split these two values with the help of text formatter feature, which is again an amazing feature offered by Pabbly Connect. Alright, so searching for the same, that is text formatter feature, and here I'm going to search for the split text. Basically, with the help of the split text feature, I'm going to split the date and time value, asking for the text to split. So I want to split this date and timing, asking for the separator. Well, it should be separated with the help of this space. Okay, by the space. So for the space you will have to copy and paste this particular syntax, asking that which segment you want. Well, I want all the segments. Okay, not the first part, not the second part, I want all the part. Okay, clicking on this button, save and send test request, and here you can see I have this date and time separately, which now I can map easily into the variable number 4th and 5th. Okay, so how I am going to do that? Let us come back here and again add a comma, and then, well, I am not able to access that recent response, so I'll have to either refresh this automation once, or I can do one more thing. Simply click on this connect button and then click on save button, and this is how your automation will be refreshed and your step also didn't got removed. Okay, so where are the variable values? Alright, so here I will map the date and time. So firstly I'm going to add the date, again putting a comma, and then lastly I'm going to add the time, and the last variable I have is the dash team. Okay, so here this particular value I can provide manually. So how about I write something like Pabbly. Okay, so I think I have composed my message. I have provided all the details. Whatever the details I have provided manually will remain same. Whatever the details I have provided with mapping will replaced automatically when this automation will work in real time. Okay, I think I have provided all the details. Lastly I'm going to click on this button and you will see how the message will arrive. Okay, but currently I have mapped this dummy number, so firstly I'll have to replace this number with my genuine number so that I can show you how the WhatsApp message will be received on my number. Okay, so let me add my number. Alright, so I have provided my number, clicking on this button, save and send test request, and wait for that message to arrive, wait for that response to receive first. Here you can see the response is received. Let us come back and let us refresh my WhatsApp web. Well, the message is not arrived yet, so I'll have to check what mistake I have done. So how about I cross check whether I have provided the values to all the variables or not. Okay, so currently I have provided the value to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I have provided the values to only 6 variables, but I have included total 7 variables. All right, so I have missed to provide the value for this particular variable. Okay, so I'll have to do the same. Come back here, and here I will add that that is appointment. Okay, before the appointment, it should be before the appointment, and I will add one more comma here so that it will be considered as two separate variables. Okay, so what will happen here? Please arrive 15 minutes before the appointment. How about I click on the button once again? So the response is received. Come back here, and here you can see the response. The WhatsApp message is already arrived. If I will open this message in front of you, here you can see, hi demo user. The name has been added automatically here. You have booked an appointment for online consultation with the doctor for this at this. Okay, please arrive 15 minutes before the appointment. Thanks Pabbly team. Okay, so did you notice that how the WhatsApp messages arrived automatically after the booking is made into one of our Calendly account? Okay, so if you also want to automate this process, you need to create this automation, this workflow inside Pabbly Connect just once. After that, you can sit back and relax, because Pabbly Connect will take care of all the tasks in the backend. You do not have to do anything manually once you have set this automation inside Pabbly Connect. You can even close this Pabbly Connect. Okay, and just in case if you want to access this automation inside your Pabbly Connect, I will also attach this shareable link into my description box. Okay, simply click on this link and sign up into the Pabbly Connect, and then you will be able to access this workflow, this automation inside your Pabbly Connect account, that too for free. In this video, I will show you how to add scheduled Calendly appointment details to Google Sheets automatically. So what will happen? Every time someone is going to schedule or book an appointment in Calendly, we will automatically collect those details in Google Sheets in real time. So if you also want to sync your scheduled event details with Google Sheets, come with me and I will show you everything step by step. Now to automate this process, I'll have to integrate my Calendly application with the Google Sheets, and I'm going to connect these two with the Pabbly Connect. It is an integration and automation software, and here you can notice I am an existing user, so I am already logged in. You can also create your free account in just 2 minutes from this sign up free button, and in the free account you will also get free tasks to test this automation. Now once you will reach to the dashboard, click on this blue button that is create workflow, and firstly provide any random name to your workflow, to your automation. Okay, so I'm providing the name as add scheduled Calendly appointment details to Google Sheets. Now click on create, and then you will notice two boxes in front of you. So these are called as trigger and action, and here the trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So whenever this happens, then automatically do this. So we need to always select the application in which we are building an automation. So understand with an example also. Let's say whenever a sale happen in a payment gateway application, then automatically send an email via Gmail application to your customer. And here, according to our use case, whenever any new appointment is scheduled in Calendly application, then automatically collect those details in Google Sheets application. Okay, so I have selected both the applications in this trigger and the action window. Now the idea here is I'm going to connect these two applications one by one with the Pabbly Connect. Okay, so firstly I will select the trigger event, that is Invitee created, and that to this organization one. Okay, you can also read the instruction. This will trigger when the webhook for all subscribed event within the organization is scheduled. Basically, whenever someone is going to schedule an event, schedule an appointment, this automation will trigger. Okay, now I am going to connect Calendly with the Pabbly Connect. So simply click on add new connection, click on connect with Calendly, and then you will have to provide the access of your Calendly account. Well, I am already logged in into a different app, so the connection is already done. Okay, and here you can notice it is asking for the organization name and username. Okay, so there is only a single organization and single user in my Calendly account, so I don't need to do any changes. Okay, now I'll click on this button save and send test request, and you will notice that it will start waiting for the webhook response. Alright, here you can notice it is waiting for the response, which means once you have clicked over the save and send test request button, do a test submission or record in that application in order to capture the response here. Okay, so basically it is asking to do a test submission or record, and here the test submission means creation of a new invitee in one of our event. Okay, so I have two events here into my Calendly account, so I'm going to open this astrology consultation online. Okay, firstly I'm going to copy and open this particular event into a different different app, and then I am going to register for this particular event as a dummy user. Basically I am booking an appointment for the astrology consultation online. Okay, so let me select a random date. Okay, so how about I select this 26th May and 10 AM for the consultation. Now it will ask you the details. Okay, so I'm going to provide my details as a user, but those details will be dummy details only. Okay, so dummy user, assume that the name of the person who is registering for this particular appointment is dummy user. Email address is demo@pabblytudes.com. okay, asking for the phone number, so again I will be adding a dummy phone number, that is, okay, I am adding a 10-digit random number. Please share anything that will help prepare our meeting. Okay, so how about I give a hint that what is going to be the topic for this consultation. It is about my marriage. Okay, I am providing this particular text. Now I am going to schedule this event. Okay, and as soon as the event is scheduled, here you will notice these details will be captured via Pabbly Connect. Alright, it is still waiting for the response. I'll have to wait for few more seconds, and you will notice how the details of that Calendly appointments will be captured via Pabbly Connect, and here you can notice the response is received. Now let me show you the details one by one. Okay, so here you can notice it is the email address of the same person who have scheduled an event with us. Okay, let me show you the name of the person. Here we have the phone number also. Here we also have this text which we have provided at the time of appointment booking. Let me show you other details also. Okay, so here we have also this resource name, basically what this appointment is all about. So it is all about astrology consultation online, and we even have the start time of this consultation. Okay, I think the presence of this data clearly shows that the connection in between our Calendly and Pabbly Connect is working absolutely fine. Okay, so now onwards, every time someone is going to book an appointment, every time someone is going to schedule an event, the details will be captured via Pabbly Connect instantly, because this trigger will instantly capture new incoming data and the workflow execution will start in real time. Okay, so the first step of our automation is done, and now I want to collect these details in spreadsheet so that my team member can access all the appointment details. Okay, so firstly I will select the action event as add a new row, because firstly I will add a new row, a blank row, and in that row the details will be updated. Okay, and just like we have built a connection in Calendly and Pabbly Connect, now we will be connecting Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect, but I have already provided this access multiple times. So how about I go with the existing connection? But if you are building this connection for the first time, you will always have to go with the new connection only, and after that you can also go with the existing connection. And here you can see my Google Sheets is connected with the Pabbly Connect, and whatever the spreadsheets I have created into my account have started visible. Here you can notice, and I am going to select which specific sheet. Basically this all appointment details scheduled via users in Calendly. Okay, so I will be selecting the same. Well, it has got selected automatically. In this select sheet you can notice I have a sheet 1 only, a single sheet only. Again it has got selected automatically. Now here you will notice that whatever the columns I have created into my spreadsheet, basically this event type, the invitee name, the invitee email, invitee phone number, and appointment date, all these column names are visible in a Pabbly Connect's dashboard as well. Okay, and I just need to fill these details, fill these fields, and this is how the data will be updated here automatically. Okay, so now from where I'm going to provide the detail, remember we have just received the data into our previous step, and the interesting thing is I don't need to manually copy the above data and paste it below. Okay, I am going to map this data, and mapping is very simple. Click on this field and you will find the above data, the same data here in the drop down. Let me first search for the resource name, which was astrology consultation online. Okay, invitee name, so again let me search for the invitee name. I think it was something like a dummy user. Okay, so I have provided the same. Now you must be thinking that what is this mapping? Okay, so whatever the details I am mapping here, these details will be replaced automatically when this automation will work in real time. I repeat, whatever the details I am providing here with the help of mapping, these details will be replaced chased automatically when this automation will work in next time, and if in case I will provide any detail here manually, this detail will remain same. Okay, so that is why mapping plays a major role inside this automation, and this is how this automation is going to take place. Okay, so I have provided the data in all the fields. Now I'll be clicking on this button and you will notice how the data will be added in our spreadsheet. Okay, so I have clicked on this button, fingers crossed, waiting for the response. Well, the response is received already. Let me go back to my spreadsheet, and here you can notice the data is also added into our spreadsheet. Okay, so let me show you the details. Okay, so here we have the event type as astrology consultation online. Here we have the invitee name, the same email address, the same phone number. Alright, why it is not taking phone number? I think the format is not correct. How about first I change it into the number format? Okay, and now I'll be clicking on this save and send test request button once again. Okay, so let me do the same. Alright, so I'm clicking on this button once again, and let us go back to our spreadsheet and check for the details, and again we have encountered this error. Okay, so I'll have to check why this error is occur. Okay, so here you can notice this is the invitee phone number, and in this phone number field I'm also providing a plus sign. Okay, and whenever we provide phone number along with the plus sign, Google Sheets never take that number. Okay, let me even show you with the example. Okay, so this is the 10-digit number. Okay, I have provided the same. Now I will press enter, and then you will notice it is not taking that plus sign. It has removed that plus sign automatically. Okay, so how about I firstly delete this existing data, coming back to Pabbly Connect, and in order to save this phone number along with the plus sign without any error, I will add one apostrophe with this. Okay, so I have added the same. Yes, this is a trick. Whenever you want to add any data along with the plus sign in your spreadsheet, you can use that apostrophe first, and along with that apostrophe your Google Sheet will also consider that plus sign. Okay, so let us test whether it is working fine or not along with the apostrophe. I have clicked on this button save and send test request, and here you can notice this time it has not provided any kind of error, and our phone number along with all other details have been saved automatically into the spreadsheet. Okay, so this is how now onwards every time someone is going to schedule any event in your Calendly application, the details will be added automatically into your spreadsheet. And in order to automate this process, you need to create this automation inside Pabbly Connect just once. After that, you can sit back and relax, because Pabbly Connect will take care of all the tasks in the backend. You do not have to do anything manually. And just in case if you want to access this automation inside your Pabbly Connect account, I will also attach this link into my description box. Okay, simply click on this link and sign up into the Pabbly Connect, and then you will be able to access this workflow, this automation inside your Pabbly Connect account, that too for free.
Hello everyone, in this video we are going to learn how to post cancelled Calendly events to a Slack channel. So we will learn how to integrate these two applications, that is Calendly and Slack, in such a way that every time an appointment for an event gets cancelled, a message on Slack will be received. So this automation that we are going to create using Pabbly Connect, here our trigger will be the invitee cancelled and our action will be to send channel message in Slack channel. Let us learn how to do that. So let us learn how can we send channel messages in Slack whenever a new appointment is cancelled in Calendly. Suppose that this is an event, astrology consultation online, and here in scheduled events we can find the bookings of this event. If one of these bookings get cancelled either by the organization's end or the invitee cancels it, then a message on Slack channel will be sent as a notification of the cancellation. So let us create an automation for the same. So quickly sign in into our account, so that we will reach this place where I can see all the applications provided to us by Pabbly, and we are going to use Pabbly Connect to create this automation. Click on Access Now. That will take me to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Reaching here, you can see a big blue button on your right side where it's written Create Workflow. Click on the button and give a suitable name to your workflow. I'm going to name it as Post Cancelled Calendly Events to Slack Channel. Click on Create, and then a blank workflow will be created for you, like you can see on your screen. You will see here the two major concepts of Pabbly Connect on which the whole workflow works. So we have trigger and action windows over here, and I would like to remind you to open your Calendly application and also your Slack over here so that you can connect both the applications easily with Pabbly Connect and also cross-check the activities you're going to perform. So let us understand the trigger and action. Trigger says when this happens and action says do this, which means that trigger is going to be the first application where the event will be performed manually by us. Like Calendly is going to be the trigger where the event will be cancelled. From any end it could be, and then this will trigger this workflow, and so the action application that is going to be Slack for us for this workflow, the message will be sent in the channel. So let us choose our trigger application as Calendly over here, and the event will be invitee cancelled. Okay, so invitee is cancelled, and then click on connect. Add new connection. Now we are connecting Calendly and Pabbly Connect. The reason being that whenever any activity related to this specific trigger event that we have set over here takes place, then that complete information will be sent over here to Pabbly Connect as a response in this webhook. So click on connect with Calendly, and since you've opened your account already over here, it will automatically be detected and the authorization is successful. Now the accounts are connected. If you open this drop-down menu, you will see that I have made only one organization for Calendly over here. Okay, so that is why I have one link over here for the organization, who is the user Ashirai, and that is the name for our account. So which means that we have been connected to the correct account. And the note over here is that you should have a Calendly Pro plan to use this integration. So make sure that you have it. Now we will click on save and send test request, and it will start waiting for a response. See, now Pabbly Connect is waiting for a response for a cancellation of an appointment. So we will go back to our Calendly and make a dummy cancellation over here. Go to schedule events over here, and here you will find the first booking with this name of this event. So you see, if you open this one, you can reschedule and cancel this one because we are making this workflow for cancellation. So right now we are going to cancel this. Even the invitee can themselves cancel this appointment. So when we cancel it, you have to write a message that why are you cancelling. So like this is a test one. So I'm going to write like that. This is a test cancellation. Click on yes, cancel, and it is cancelled. See, it's all cut off. So now when you go back over here, you will see that you will receive a response with all the details of the appointment first of all, and also the fact that it is cancelled. In this response, you can see, first of all, the cancellation has been done by the host, the name of the host, the message, the date when it was created. Okay, so you can use this date to mention that this appointment has been cancelled, which was supposed to be on this date and this time. Now the email address of the person, the name of the person. So basically the contact number, the details of the person with whom the appointment was there, and the status will also be there that it is cancelled. Now you don't need to focus more on this cancelled one because our event was only cancelled. So the response will be for all the cancelled events, cancelled appointments only. So we have received this complete response from our trigger application successfully. Now what we need to do is transfer this information to our action application, that is Slack. And once you transfer it, here in this channel with the name Calendly Appointments, a message will be sent for the cancellation. So choose your application as Slack over here. And the event will be to send channel message. Click on connect. Again, you have to click on add new connection and connect with Slack. Now you have to enter over here a token type. So the two types of token in Slack are user and bot. And how do you differentiate between them? So you click on this link over here, and this page will be forum by Pabbly, and here you will see two lists of first user and then bot. So you read these bullet points and understand that if you enter user over there, you will be allowed to perform these actions, and if you enter bot over there, you will be allowed to perform these actions. So because I know we have to enter bot over here, you see send channel message with image and without image. So we are going to send without image, and that is why we need bot as our token type. So we will type over here bot and click on save, and accounts will be connected. Just you have to click over here on this allow. The connection is done successfully, and now we have been connected to Slack. Pabbly Connect and Slack are connected. You have to choose a channel name. So here is the long list of all the channels, as you can see on your left panel here. So these are the channels, and we are working upon Calendly appointments. We want the message to pop up over here in this channel, Calendly appointments. So we will choose that one. If you can find it easily, then fine, like I have found it. Otherwise, you can also type in this search bar, and here it will take you directly to your channel name. Now Calendly appointments is the name of the channel. Now we will frame a message that this appointment has been cancelled. So we have to enter details about the appointment and also the invitee as well. So let us frame our message, and appointment for and keep mapping from here. So what was the name of the event first of all? Then we will mention that. It was astrology consultation online. So an appointment for this event has been cancelled. Now name of the person, contact of the person, email of the person. So these details are optional. It's just depends on you what message you want to frame over here. So in case of name, we will enter the name. So what was the name of the person? This was the name. Contact number, we had the mobile number, so we can enter the mobile number over here. And then for the email address, we were having the email address right here. And the date also, date of appointment. Okay, date of appointment is here. So now the date has been given to us in this day. Okay, that it was created on this date. But is this date easy or simplified enough to be understood? No, we need a simplified format of date. So what we are going to do for that is click on this plus button before Slack, because we want to add that newly formatted date in our Slack message. That is why we are going to add this step between our trigger and action window. Choose over here your application as datetime formatter. Now datetime formatter is a feature that is built inside Pabbly that will help you format date in any form that you like. Right? Like you can see over here, you want to format the date. So choose that event, click on connect. Now connection is not a difficult task, and then we enter the date. So we will enter the created date over here. We will map the date. And this is the date. Now what is the format of the date right now? It is this one. You have year, month and date. For T for time, then it is this. The time is given over here, hour, minutes and seconds, and then Z in the end. So I guess this is the one which is right now existing. And you want a simplified format, so you can take this one. Okay. The date, month and year. Time is given like this. So it will appear actually like this in a simplified format. Click on save and send test request and say you will receive the response here. So this is the simplified date. The date is here and the time is here. So we are going to now map this date in our message. So when you come down here to your message and open this, you won't find anything to map from. Why? Because you have added a new step over here. So we need to refresh it by click on connect and just save it. It's just the way of refreshing. And now all the steps before this specific step will be visible in the drop down menu. So you open this and see. Along with Calendly, you can see datetime formatter as well. So now we will map the date from here. Okay, this is the date. And you can also add cancellation is. Now this is done. Your message has been drafted. Now no image is there, no bot name is there. So no other important thing is left over here. We have filled in the required fields. And now we will simply click on save and send test request. Once you're done with this, you will receive a response that the message has been sent to the channel. So see, it will appear like this in your message. Right now, this makes it very clear that our message has been sent. Let us go back and cross check to our Slack channel. Have we received a message or not? So this is my Slack channel, and you see earlier there was just one message. Now we have this message that we just drafted in our Pabbly Connect workflow, which means that whenever a new appointment will be cancelled over here in Calendly, a message will be sent to this Slack channel for a confirmation or notification that this appointment has been cancelled, which means that this workflow has been a success. So this was the whole video. I hope this helped.
Hello everyone. So in this video, we are going to learn about how to create Asana project and task for Calendly invitee. So whenever an invitee registers themselves for an event in Calendly, then you have to first create a project in Asana and then a task. So we are going to create a complete automation with the help of Pabbly Connect for this process, where our trigger will be to new invitee that will be created in Calendly, and our action will be to generate a project and task in Asana. Let us learn how to do that.
So let us learn that how you can create task and project in Asana whenever an invitee registers themselves for any event that has been created over here. So like you can see in your Asana, we have over here this project that I have created, and this task is created inside the project with the help of just one automation. So let us quickly sign in into our account, so that we will reach this place where I can see all the applications provided by Pabbly, and we are going to use Pabbly Connect to create this automation. Click on Access Now and it will take me to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Reaching here, you will see a big blue button on your right side where it's written Create Workflow. Click on the button and give a suitable name to your workflow. I'm going to name it as Create Asana Project and Task for Calendly Invitee. Click on Create and then a blank workflow will be created for you, like you can see on your screen. You will be able to see trigger and action over here, which are the basic modules of Pabbly Connect on which the whole automation works.
Now before that, I would like to remind you to open your Asana and your Calendly separately in your tabs so that you can connect both of these accounts to your Pabbly Connect, and also to cross-check the changes that you're going to make during this workflow. So let us understand the trigger and the action. So trigger over here is going to be the first application where the event will take place manually, or we are going to perform the event. As in that the application here will be my Calendly, because the invitee that will register themselves for the event in Calendly will trigger this workflow, and in turn the action application, which is going to be Asana, will create a project and then a task in Asana only. And these plus buttons are provided to you to add more steps to your workflow if required. So let us choose the event over here. The trigger event is going to be invitee created, because it triggers the webhook for subscribed events that belong to a specific user. When you click on invitee created, so every time the invitee creates a registration for any event in Calendly, this will trigger. So let us see that we have created an event over here, which is poetry workshop, and I have opened the booking page right here so that we can make the booking. So when you click on connect, first of all, you connect your Calendly and Pabbly Connect so that any registration for any event in Calendly will be fetched over here in your workflow as a response. Click on add new connection and connect with Calendly. Here you just have to click on connect to Calendly to give access to Pabbly Connect, and your connection will be done. Once it is done, it will automatically choose the organization name and the username as well, which is correct. As you can check it in your account settings and see, this is the name of our account holder. So this is the correct account that we have been connected to. Now when you click on save and send test request, you see it starts waiting for a response, which means that now we have to do a sample registration as an invitee for this event. Let us go to our booking page and choose our day. Let's say I am free on 15th. I will choose the day and then the time that I have been allotted. It's a 30-minute program, so I will choose 11 a.m. and click on next. Enter the details of the person, the invitee. So the person over here is test person, and the email address for that person will be this. And if you want to share any more detail, then you can over here. Like I want to discuss some specific types of poetry, so I will enter that. And simply click on schedule event and my registration will be complete. See, it is confirmed. When you go back to Pabbly Connect, you will see that you will be receiving a response with all the details that you just entered over there on the booking page. And here we have the response, we have the email address of the person, name of the person, the detail that we added, and all the other details related to our registration. So we have created the invitee over here, and now we need these details that we will be using to create a project in Asana. Alright, so let us choose the event now as create project. Click on connect and add new connection, because this is the first time you're using Asana in your workflow. You will always go for add new connection. Connect with Asana and it will be automatically connected by detecting your account in a separate tab over here. Now it will again select the workspace name and the team name over here. So you can select the team from here. The team is demo first team. So choose that team from here only, which is this one. Okay, demos first team. The workspace name is also correct. You can choose it from here. It is completely fine. Now you have to give a project name. So this you do not need to map exactly. This is going to be the first time you're going to give the name to your project. So I would suggest to give the name with the name of the person, because the event might be same. It is recurring. If multiple people register for the same event over here, then the same name project will be created. So I'm going to take the name of the person. No notes or start on, due on, you will enter these details in the task only. So simply click on save and send test request and create a project right here. Now, when a project is created, the response will include the project ID. This will be required when you need a very specific detail. See, the project is created. You do not have a task over here. Okay, you can select the type of view. You need a board view or you need a list view. Now, because we did not select, it shows over here as a list view. All right. So here you need to be very specific that this is the project where you want to create the task. That will help you with the project ID over here. So let us close this window, and now we will click on this plus button to choose our action application again, which is going to be Asana. Choose Asana over here, and the event here will be create a task for a project. If you read below, creates a new task for a project. Now simply click on connect. Because we are using Asana for the second time in the same workflow, we will keep it on, select existing connection and click on save. Once this is done, then see it will automatically choose the workspace. Now workspace is similar to what we had earlier also, pabblytudes.com, which is the same. Project ID is required, so you do not need to choose it from here. Okay, you will choose it from here. First activate the map button, because every time a new project will be created, it might not be existing one, right? So we will map the ID from here. Open your Asana and map this data ID. Now one thing that I need to mention over here, if you read the help desk given to you, select project IDs, or you can map and give it in this format, which means you need to have these double quotes and also the square brackets. So once the loading is done, we will make these changes. Give the double quotes on both sides and also the square brackets. This is the format of your project ID. Now we have to give a task name. So the task name can be taken from the name of the event, which is poetry event. So I am just going to scroll down and find my poetry workshop. This is the name of the task. Now any notes? Yes, we entered about the type of poetry. So you can just type in the search and map data. You search it and it will straight away take you to the value where you're looking for. Now due at and due on. One thing that I need to mention again is that you have to enter either of this, either due at or due on. So if you enter due at, you have to convert the date into a different format, which is UTC. And our Calendly response includes the Indian time format. So what we are going to do is come up over here, close this window, click on this plus button, because you need to change the date format over here, and choose date time formatter. Date time formatter is a feature built inside Pabbly, with the help of which you can format the date. Now we will choose format date with time zone, because we need to change the time zone. Click on connect. Connection is not a difficult task because the feature is of Pabbly only. Now first you enter the date over here. Choose start from your search and map data. This is the date you want to change. What is the format right now? It is this one. To format is going to be the small y1. So let us find that one over here. So the format is this. Now what is the time zone? The time zone from one is the Indian one. You will choose Asia, Kolkata, and change it to UTC. Now you have to do it according to the time zone you are working. Click on save and send test request, and the change will be like this. Alright, now once it is changed, close this window, come back to Asana, click on connect, because you need to refresh it. You've added one more step in between. So you will refresh it by clicking on save. And once it is done, see if anything is erased. Yes, the project ID is erased. So what you will do, again activate the map button and enter the bracket and quotations and then bracket. So in between these double quotes, you have to map the ID. This is done. So once this is done, scroll down and come at due at. Now at due at, map it from date time formatter, take this data and come down and click on save and send test request. And here your task is created. You see you have received the task ID. The project ID is the similar one you had it before. Now the name of the person is the project name and this is the task. All the details related to the task are here, and we were able to create a task with the help of this automation inside a project that we created in the automation only. Going back, we see over here that this is the new project we created, test person, and this is the task we created. We have the description here, we have the time over here, all the details we are having. So this was the whole video. I hope this helped.
How to send channel messages in Discord for new invitees created in Calendly. So here I am going to set an automation in Calendly and Discord in such a way that whenever any new invitee is created into your Calendly account, the same invitee details will be sent to your team automatically on Discord. Yes, it is possible. So if you also want to sync your invitee details with the Discord channel automatically, then come with me and I will show you everything step by step. Now to automate this process, firstly I am going to connect Calendly with the Discord application with the help of Pabbly Connect, which is an integration and automation software. And since I am an existing user of Pabbly Connect, here you can notice I am already logged in. You can also create your free account in Pabbly Connect in just 2 minutes from the sign up free button, and in the free account you will also get free tasks to test this automation. Now after reaching out to the dashboard, firstly click on this blue button, that is create workflow, and then provide a random name to your workflow, to your automation. Okay, so I have provided, basically I have pasted the name as send Calendly invitee to Discord channel. Okay, now click on create and then you will notice two boxes in front of you. Okay, so these are actually trigger and action, and here the trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So whenever this happens, then automatically do this. Try to understand with an example also. Let's say whenever a sale happen in a payment gateway application, then automatically send an email via Gmail application to your customers. Okay, so this is how you need to always select the applications in which you are building an automation. And here, according to our use case, whenever any new invitee is created into the Calendly application, then automatically send these invitee details into the Discord application. Okay, so let me search for the Discord in the action application. So after selecting both the application in the trigger and the action window, now I am going to connect both the applications with the Pabbly Connect one by one. Okay, so firstly I will select the trigger event, that is whenever any new invitee is created in Calendly, this automation should trigger. Okay, so simply click on connect, click on add new connection, then click on connect with Calendly, and then you will have to provide the access of your Calendly account. Okay, I am already logged in into the Calendly here, you can notice, so that is why the authorization is successful. The authorization is successful and my Calendly application is connected with the Pabbly Connect. And as soon as you will connect your Calendly account, the organization link will be added here automatically, and it will also show you the number of users. Basically whatever the user you have in your Calendly account, that will be visible here. Now you will have to click on this button, that is save and send test request, and then you will notice that it will start waiting for the response. Okay, alright, so it is waiting for the response, which means it is actually waiting for the new invitee creation into the Calendly. Okay, so how about I open this booking page in front of you, and then as a dummy user I am going to book this event with some dummy details so that an invitee will be created into the Calendly account. Okay, and after that you will notice that how the details will be sent through, will be captured via Pabbly Connect. Okay, so I have selected the timing as 10:30. Okay, astrology consultation online. Let me provide the name of the person, something like demo user. Now it is asking for the email address of the person. Let me also provide the dummy email address, something like demo@pabblytudes.com, asking for the phone number. So again I am going to provide a dummy phone number only, that is a 10-digit dummy number. Okay, so I think I have provided all the details. Now I am going to click on the schedule event button, and you will notice that as soon as I will click on that button, as soon as the invitee is created, the details will be captured via Pabbly Connect. Okay, so waiting for the response to be received here, and here you can notice that the response is received. Okay, if I will show you the details one by one, so here we have the created date, here we have the same email address, here we have the name of the person, the phone number of the person, and we even have the time zone, we even have the updated date. Let me also show you the name of the event, that is astrology consultation timing. We even have the start timing, that is 5. Now why it is showing the timing as the 5 PM, however we have selected the timing as 10:30 to 11 AM because it has captured the timing into the UTC format. Don't worry, we can convert this timing into the normal Asia and Kolkata timing, and then you will be able to see the same timing which we have selected at the time of booking. Okay, so I think the presence of this data clearly shows that the connection in between Pabbly Connect and Calendly account is working absolutely fine. Okay, and now I want to send these invitee details to my team on Discord channel. Okay, so in the action event, firstly I will select this send channel message. Okay, clicking on connect, and here you can see it has connected immediately because I am already logged in into the Discord application. Okay, and now it is asking the webhook URL, so you can visit this particular documentation and read everything that how you can get this webhook URL. Okay, so let me show you. This is my Discord channel. Okay, you will have to click on this arrow button, click on then server settings, click on this integration section, then click on this view webhooks option, then finally click on this new webhook option. Okay, so this is how a new webhook will be created. Okay, click on this arrow and then firstly provide the name to your webhook, that is connection with Calendly. Okay, I have provided the name. Now you will have to click on this copy webhook URL button and then finally click on this save changes. This is how your webhook URL will be added into the Discord, and when you will come back, remember we have already copied that webhook URL. Let me paste to the same. Okay, and now finally it is asking for the message which you would like to send to your team, and it is also asking for the bot name, bot icon and text to speech. Okay, so I'm going to provide the data only into the important fields. Let us compose the message. Okay, so how about I write something like hello team members. Okay, hello team members, a new invitee is just created into our Calendly account on the event, for the event, and here I want that the event name should appear automatically. Okay, so the interesting thing is I don't need to manually copy the event name and paste in the below. Okay, when you will click on this field, you will find the above data here in the drop down. Okay, let me search for the name of the event, that is astrology consultation online. Okay, so I have mapped it. Now you must be thinking that what is this mapping? So whatever the details I will provide manually, these details will remain same, but whatever the details I'm going to map here, these details will be replaced, will be changed automatically when this automation will work in next time in real time. Okay, so this is the difference in between providing the value manually and providing the value with the help of mapping. Okay, a new invitee is just created into our Calendly account for the event. Okay, and here I'm also going to share the invitee details. Invitee details are as follows, and here I am going to add the email address of the person. Okay, let us add a colon and search for the email with the help of @, and I can also share the phone number of the person, phone number of the invitee. Okay, let me again search for the phone number of the person, and here I have mapped the phone number as well. Lastly, I am also going to map the name of the person. Let us search for the name which was demo user. Okay, so I think I have provided all the important details. Just in case if you also want to share the timing, basically the start and the end timing, start time of event. Okay, of event. So here I can also map the start timing and the end timing, but the thing is the timing which we have captured is actually into the different format. So firstly I will have to convert that timing, and then I'll have to map that new converted timing here. Okay, so let me first complete the statement, that is end time of event. Okay, and let me show you how you can make this kind of conversation. Okay, so you will have to click on this plus icon firstly. All right, then search for the date and time formatter feature firstly. Now select the action event, that is format date with time zone. Click on connect. It will be connected immediately. Now you will have to provide that date. Okay, so currently I would like to correct the formatting of the start timing. Okay, so I have mapped it, that is resourced start timing, asking from the from format which is already the same, asking for the to format. So I'm going to keep it simple, that is YYMMDD HHMMSS. Okay, so I have selected the basic format, asking for the from time zone and to time zone. Okay, so this timing was actually into the UTC format. Okay, so let me search for the same, that is UTC. Alright, so here we have the UTC, and here I will write something like Asia/Kolkata. Okay, so I have searched for the same, clicking on this button save and send test request, and this time I am really expecting to be received the same timing, and yes, we have received the timing of 10:30. Let us cross check, and yes, we have actually scheduled this timing for this event for 10:30 AM. Okay, so this is how you can convert your start timing. Let me first rename this step in order to avoid any kind of confusion, because I'm also going to convert the end time. Okay, so firstly I will write here as start time, clicking on update. All right, now in place of adding this date and time formatter feature, date and time formatter step once again from the scratch, catch. I am going to do an interesting thing, that is click on this 3 dot and then click on this copy step, and after that again click on this 3 dot and then click on this paste step, and this is how the same step will be cloned, will be pasted at below. Okay, let me show you. This is the step which we have just pasted. Okay, firstly I am going to rename this step, and in place of start timing I will write something like end timing. Let me also remove this extra data. Okay, so I have done clicking on update, and that step has been renamed successfully. Now in place of mapping the start timing in this field, I will map the end timing. Okay, because I am converting end timing this time. Okay, end time. Alright, so here we have the end time. From format is going to be the same, to format will also be the same. In fact, the from time zone and to time zone will of course be the same. Clicking on this button, and I am expecting the date and time to be of 11 AM, and yes, I have received all the details. Let us check. Yes, it is actually of 28th of June 11 AM, and yes, it is the same date. Okay, so now I can map the start and end timing also here. Okay, so when I will click on this field here, you can notice that the recent step data is not visible here. Okay, so I can do one more thing. I'll have to click on this connect button once again, and then I am going to click on the save button. Okay, well, it has not asked for the save, it has connected it once again. Okay, let me show you. After that, when I will click on this send test button, when I will click on this start button, basically when I will open here, you will be able to notice that recent data also. Okay, so I have mapped the start time. Alright, it has got mapped at the incorrect place. Let me map it at the correct place, and here I will press enter, and then finally I will map the end date as well, end date and time as well. Okay, so where is the end date and time? I'll have to check. And this is the end date and timing. I think I have provided all the important details. Now I am going to directly click on this button, and you will notice that how the message will be arrived on my Discord channel. Okay, so you can read it here. The message is also already arrived, and even the response is received here. Okay, let us read the message. Hello team members, a new invite is just created into our Calendly account for the event Astrology Consultation Online. Invitee details are as follows. Here we have the email, the phone number and the name of the person, and the start time of the event and the end timing of the event. Okay, so this is how now onwards, every time a new invitee will be created into our Calendly account, those invitee details will be shared automatically with your team on Discord channel. For that, you will have to create this automation inside Pabbly Connect just once. After that, you can sit back and relax, because Pabbly Connect will take care of all the tasks in the backend. You do not have to do anything manually. And just in case if you want to access this automation inside your Pabbly Connect account, I will also attach this link into my description box. So you just need to click on this link and sign up into the Pabbly Connect, and then you will be able to access this workflow, this automation inside your Pabbly Connect account, that too for free.
Hello and welcome to Pabbly. So today in this video, we are going to learn how to create Zoho CRM contact tasks for Calendly invitee. Now suppose guys, you are using Calendly as an appointment and event booking platform, using which the users can book an appointment with you, and Zoho CRM as a CRM application. Now you want that whenever a new invitee is created in Calendly, a new user books an appointment with you in Calendly, you want to create a contact task for the same user, for the same contact in Zoho CRM. So let me tell you, you can actually automate this complete process with the help of Pabbly Connect. So if you also want to know how you can set up this automation, for that you just have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. And after reaching to this dashboard, just click on Create Workflow and give this workflow a name. For example, I would like to name my workflow as Calendly to Zoho CRM. And then just click on Create. Now you can see that a workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have 2 different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those 2 concepts, those 2 principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's begin with our trigger window. Now the idea here is we have created an event in our Calendly account. And now we want that using this Calendly event, this Calendly booking page, whenever a customer, a user or a contact books an appointment, an event with us, we want to create a task for the same contact in our Zoho CRM account. So we want to get the details of the new bookings from Calendly, and we want to search for the user who has made the booking in Zoho CRM. And for that user, for that contact in Zoho CRM, we want to create a task regarding the same event, the same meeting which they have scheduled. So we are going to set up the today's automation workflow in such a way. So let's begin. And we are going to start with the trigger window. First, we are going to connect our Calendly account with Pabbly Connect in the trigger window so that we can get the details of the user who are scheduling the booking with us. So we are going to select Calendly in our trigger window. Now here, after selecting the application as Calendly, in trigger event from this drop-down, select Invitee created as the trigger event. After selecting a trigger event, just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here guys, we have to connect our Calendly account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, just click on this Connect with Calendly button. And now you can see that our Calendly account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the organization. So here, if you have created multiple organizations in your Calendly account, in this dropdown, you will get a list of all the organizations over here. And the new invitees or new event bookings from which particular organization you want to receive inside Pabbly Connect. You have to select that organization over here. After selecting the organization, it is asking us for the user. So it is most likely possible that you might have added multiple users in your Calendly account. So for which particular user you want to get the event booking appointments from Calendly inside Pabbly Connect, you have to select that user as well. Right now in my Calendly account, I have only one user and one organization. That's why in these drop-downs, you can see only one options as of now. After this, there's an important note which says, make sure you have a Calendly Pro plan in order to use this integration. So here guys, to connect Calendly with Pabbly Connect in the trigger window, to get the new invitee details from Calendly inside Pabbly Connect, it is necessary to have a Calendly Pro plan. Only in that case, only with the Calendly Pro plan, you can set up this connection over here. After this guys, just click on this Save and Send Test Request button. And when we click on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see that it has changed to Waiting for Response. This means Pabbly Connect is waiting to get some response, some details of a new invitee being created in our Calendly account. So let's do it. We will go to a Calendly account and here I have created an event named as Pabbly Connect Demo. So we are going to book a test appointment. We are going to create a test event over here. In a new tab, I'll just paste the link of this event, that is Pabbly Connect Demo. And let's take an example. For 20th of June, we are going to schedule a booking, an appointment over here. Let's select the time as, for example, 3 p.m. Click on Next. Let's enter the details of the user. So name of the person is Demo User. This is the email address of this person. And this is the mobile number over here. And click on Schedule Event. So just now, as a test user, as a dummy user, we have scheduled an event, scheduled a booking on our Calendly event booking page. Now, because we have connected our Calendly account with Pabbly Connect, we will see in our Pabbly Connect workflow in this trigger window, we will receive the response. And in this response, guys, you will see the details of the exact same event booking which we have made just now. Here you can see the same email address which we have entered just now. Then we will scroll down. Here you can see the same name of the person, Demo User. Here you can see the same mobile number. And also you can see some other details. Like you can see the time zone of the person. Scroll down further. Then you can see the updated, that at what date and time this event was last updated. Then here you can see a response named as End Time. And also we will scroll down further. And here you can see a response named as Start Time over here. So guys, we have basically scheduled this appointment on our Calendly booking page for 20th of June from 3 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. This was the date and time for which we have booked or scheduled this appointment. And here in response, you can see that we have received the same start date and time and end date and time of the appointment. That at what date and time this appointment is going to start and at what date and time this appointment is going to end. So here guys, you will see the start date and time over here is 20th of June 2023, but the time over here is 9:30 a.m. over here. But we have scheduled this appointment from 3 p.m. but the time which we have received inside Pabbly Connect is 9:30 a.m. This is because we have scheduled this appointment according to the Indian Standard Time. But while sending the new invitee details, new appointment details from Calendly to Pabbly Connect, Calendly sends us the data in UTC time zone. So there is a change of time zone, right? We have scheduled the appointment according to Indian time zone, and we have received the start date and time and end date and time of this appointment according to UTC time zone. That's why here you will see in this response of start date and time and end date and time, there is a difference of 5 hours and 30 minutes. And also in end time, you will notice the same. This is the same date, but the time over here is 10 a.m. But the time should be 3:30 p.m. over here. So there's a difference of 5 hours and 30 minutes in both of the date and time, start date and time and end date and time as well. So what we are going to do, before moving further, we have to basically convert this start date and time and end date and time of the appointment according to the Indian time zone. And also guys, here we can see that this date and time is received in pretty complex format. We have to change this into a simpler format as well. So I'm just taking an example of converting this UTC date and time into Indian time zone. But instead of Indian time zone, you can basically select any time zone of your choice from where you are. So to convert this end time and start time of the event into our Indian time zone and change the format, we will be using a feature, a module of Pabbly Connect that is called Date Time Formatter. So we will just scroll down, come to our action window, and here in Choose App, we will search for Date Time Formatter and select it. After selecting Date Time Formatter, in Action Event from the drop-down, select the action event as Format Date with Time Zone, and then just click on Connect. After clicking on Connect, the first thing it asks us is the date, that what is the date whose format and time zone we want to change. So first, we want to change the format and time zone of the start time of the event, of the appointment. So what we have to do, we have to basically map this response of start time, which we have received from Calendly, over here in this date field of date time formatter. So we are going to map this response of start time from this trigger response to this action step over here. And guys, the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field, and here in this drop down, you will see a list of all the responses which we have received from Calendly of a new invitee, of a new appointment booking. Out of all of these responses, select this response of resource start time. Just select this response and it will be mapped over here. So whatever date and time of the appointment the user is going to select in our Calendly booking page, the same response will be received inside Pabbly Connect according to UTC time zone and in this format. And using date time formatter, we are going to change the format and the time zone of same date and time. Now, after mapping the date, the next thing it asks us is from format, that in which particular format this date and time is present right now. So in this format, this date and time is present right now of year, month, dates, and hours, minutes, and seconds. So we have selected this from format. Then in to format from this drop down, you have to select that format, that in which particular format we want to change this date and time into. So let's select this format as this day, month, year, hours, minutes, and seconds. This is a pretty simple format which we can use. So I'm going to select this to format over here. Then in from time zone, as I told you, we have to select UTC over here because we have received this date and time according to UTC time zone from Calendly. And in to time zone, we are going to select Asia, Kolkata. Asia, Kolkata. Just select it over here. So because we want to convert this date and time into Asia Kolkata time zone, because I'm in India, and in India we follow the Asia Kolkata time zone over here. But instead of this guys, if you are from some other country or if you want to change this start date and time according to some other time zone, you can select the two time zone over here of your choice. And then just click on save and send test request. After clicking on save and send test request, here you can see that we have received the response. And in this response, you can see the exact same date and time for which we have scheduled the appointment. The date was 28th of June. Here you can see the same date, 28th of June 2023. And the time was 3 p.m. The start date and time was 3 p.m. as you can see over here. So we have successfully converted the format and the time zone of start date and time of the event. Now we have to perform the same process for end date and time of the event as well. So here we have received the response of end date and time. This is also in UTC time zone and up in a pretty complex format. So we are going to change the format and time zone for that as well. So we will just scroll down and we have to actually perform this exact same action step of date time formatter once again. So instead of adding this once again, you can actually copy this action step and paste it as well. Just click on these three dots in front of it, click on this copy step button and it will be copied. Once again, click on this three dot and click on paste step over here. And when we click on paste step, here you can see this exact same action step with all the selected fields is pasted below. Now in this action step, because we want to change the format and the time zone of end date and time, here in this date field, clear this response of start time and from the drop down from Calendly responses, select the response of end date and time. So using this action step, we are going to change the format and the time zone of end date and time. You can basically keep rest of the things as it is, like from format is the same, to format is also the same, from time zone is also the same, and to time zone is also the same. After this, just click on save and send test request and we will see we will get a response of the format and the time zone change of the end date and time. So here you can see the same date and the time is 3:30 p.m. The end time of this appointment was 3:30 p.m. over here. So we have successfully changed the format and the time zone of the event start date, appointment start date and end date. Now let's move to the next step. In the next step, we want to create a task for this particular contact in our Zoho CRM account. But before creating the task, we have to search that whether do we have this user who has booked an appointment in our Zoho CRM account as a contact or not. And to search it, we will just scroll down and click on this add action step button over here. And because we want to search for this contact in Zoho CRM, here in action step in choose app, we are going to search for Zoho CRM. Just select it. After selecting Zoho CRM in action event from this drop down, select the action event as search contact. Then just click on connect and select add new connection over here. So here guys, we have to connect our Zoho CRM account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, click on this connect with Zoho CRM button. Now when we click on it, the first thing it asks us is the domain. That what is the domain of our Zoho CRM account. Now to get the domain, just log into your Zoho CRM account and here in the URL section, you can see the domain. Like the domain of my Zoho CRM account is zoho.in. So we just have to copy the domain from there and paste it over here. If you want, you can copy the domain or search for the domain from this drop down as well. That your domain is zoho.com or your Zoho account domain is zoho.com.au or zoho.eu, zoho.in or zoho.com.cn. So out of all of this, there must be a domain for your Zoho account. You have to enter that domain over here and then just click on save. Now because I have already logged into my Zoho CRM account in my browser, Pabbly Connect has detected this same account over here. We will just scroll down and click on this accept button over here. And when we click on accept, we will see our Zoho CRM account will get connected with Pabbly Connect in this action step. After making this connection, the only thing it asks us is the email. That what is the email address of the contact which we want to search on our Zoho CRM account. So while getting the new appointment details from Calendly, we have also asked the user for their email address. And here in this trigger response, we have received this response of email. So from these responses of Calendly, we are going to map the response of email, resource email over here in this email field of Zoho CRM step. Just click on this field and here from the drop down from Calendly responses, select the response of email and map it. And after mapping the email address, just click on save and send test request. After clicking on save and send test request, here you can see that we have received the response. And in this response, you will get all the details of the contact whose email address we have mapped over here. Basically, while making the appointment, the user has entered their email address and using that email address, we have basically searched for the contact in our Zoho CRM account. So here you can see the owner ID of the contact, the owner email, the contact email address. Then we will scroll down further and here you can see this response of data 0 ID. This is the unique contact ID. Now, if the user who has booked an appointment, if that user do exist in our Zoho CRM account as a contact, then using this action step, we will get this response of contact ID. And if the user who has entered their details and email address, that contact does not exist in our Zoho CRM account, in that case, we won't be getting any response over here. this response of data ID will be missing over here. So guys, what we are going to do, we are going to set up a filter condition after this. Like using search contact, we have received the data ID, the contact ID basically, and you can see all the other details of the same contact, like the name, and also you can see the mobile number over here. So guys, we are going to set up a filter condition that if we get this response of create ID, that this data ID over here, only in that case, we are going to create a task for this contact in Zoho CRM. If the contact, the user who has booked an appointment with us on our Calendly page, if that user already does not exist in our Zoho CRM account, in that case, we won't be creating any task because that contact does not exist. Using this automation, we won't be creating any task over here as well. So guys, first we have to add a filter condition that if we get this response of data ID, if the contact do exist in our Zoho CRM, only then this automation workflow should be executed further. And for that, we will just scroll down and click on this Add Action Step button over here. And then here in Choose App, we are going to select Filter. After selecting Filter by Pabbly, here the first thing it asks us is Select Label. Now here in Select Label, we are going to select this label of Data 0 ID. So from the drop down, from Zoho CRM responses, select this response of Data 0 ID. And then in filter type from this drop down, we are going to select exist over here and click on save and send test request. So here guys, we have added a filter condition that using this search contact action step, if we get this response of data ID, only in that case, this automation workflow will be continued further. And because we have received this response of data ID, that's why this filter step is showing us that the condition is true. So we have successfully added this filter condition. Now let's create a task for this contact in our Zoho CRM account. Just click on this Add Action Step button. And then here in Choose App, we are going to once again search for Zoho CRM. Just select it. After selecting Zoho CRM, in Action Event from this drop-down, select the action event as Create Contact Task. So we will just scroll down and select the action event over here, Create Contact Task. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. But here guys, we have already connected our Zoho CRM account in the previous step. So we don't have to make a new connection over here. You can select the existing connection and click on Save. After clicking on Save, the first thing it asks us is the owner. That who is the owner of the contact for which we want to create the task. So using the search contact action step, we have received this response of owner ID as well. So from this response, we are going to map the owner ID of this contact over here in this field of owner. So just turn the mapping button on and clear this default response. And after that, from the drop down, from Zoho CRM search contact action step, select the response of owner ID and map it over here. So in this way, whoever will be the owner of that contact with the same owner ID, the task will be created in our Zoho CRM account for that particular contact. After mapping the owner ID, it is asking us for the contact, that for which particular contact we want to create task. So every time we are going to get the booking on our Calendly page for a new user. This means every time a new contact will be there. For a new contact, we want to create the contact task. So we are going to map the response of contact ID as well. Just turn this mapping button on, clear the default response, and from Zoho CRM, as we discussed, we have received this response of contact ID, data 0 ID. Just select it and map it over here as well. After contact ID, the next thing it asks us is the subject. That what is the subject line for this particular task which we are going to create. So I want my subject line to be, first I want to mention the name. So from Calendly responses, I'm going to mention the name of the person, and then I want my subject line to be demo user has scheduled an appointment with us. This is basically the subject line of the task which we are going to create. We will be mentioning the name of the person and then has scheduled an appointment with us. Then we have the description. So I want my description of the task to be appointment details. And then here we are going to mention the start date and time. And then from date time formatter, we have basically received the correct date and time format and time zone of start date and time of the appointment. So select the response of correct date and time of the start date and time of the appointment, and then end date and time as well. And using date time formatter, we have corrected the format and the time zone of end date and time as well. So map that response too. Then here we are going to enter some other details like, for example, mobile number. So using Calendly booking page, we have received some other details like mobile number of the user as well. So from Calendly responses, if you want, you can map the response of mobile number as well. In this way, you can basically add any details of the appointment over here. Then it is asking us for the status, that the task which we are creating, what will be the status of that task. So here in this drop down, you can see a list of different status over here. I want the status of all the tasks which I am creating using this automation to be not started. So I will be selecting status as not started over here. Then it is asking us for the due date. So if you want, you can add some due date for these tasks as well. And the due date format will be year, month and date. But right now, because we are mentioning the start date and time and end date and time of the appointment, it is not necessary to enter the due date. So you can ignore this field for now as well. Then it is asking us for the priority. So here I want the priority of these tasks to be normal. Not high, not low, we just want it to be normal. So we are selecting normal over here. And at last, it is asking us for the trigger. That do you want to trigger some kind of workflow or automation in your Zoho CRM account using this task? So we don't want to trigger any automation. So let's ignore this trigger field as well for now. And then just click on save and send test request. Now when we click on save and send test request, you will see here we have received a response from Zoho CRM. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the details which we have entered, which we have mapped over here, using these details, a task has been created for this task. For this contact whose contact ID we have mapped. Basically the user who has booked an appointment with us, for that user, for that contact in our Zoho CRM account, we have basically created a task. So let's check it. We will go to a Zoho CRM account, we'll go to contacts page, and here we have this contact demo user, using whose details we have booked the appointment. So we'll go to the contact, and yes, here under open activities, you can see that a new task is created. So the title, the subject line of this task is demo user has scheduled an appointment with us. Here you can see the priority of this task is normal and status is not started. The same priority and status which we have selected while setting up the automation. Then you can see the same subject line, and after that here you can see the same description as well. And in the description we have added the start date time, end date time of the event of the meeting, and also the mobile number. So this means this automation workflow is working perfectly fine. And using this automation, whenever we are going to receive a new appointment on our Calendly booking page, automatically a task will be created in our Zoho CRM account for the same contact who has booked an appointment with us on Calendly booking page. So guys, after setting up this automation, let's test this automation workflow once. Once again, I'll just copy the event booking link of my Calendly event. For example, let me just copy this link, go to a new tab, and we are going to paste this link. And we are going to make another appointment booking for now. Let's select the date as 22nd of June and time as 11 AM over here. Now here let's enter the details of another dummy user. For example, the name of this person is test user and this is the email address. And this is the dummy mobile number over here. So here guys, we have the details of the user. We are booking this appointment as test user. And you will see in my Zoho CRM account, I already have a contact named as test user. This is the name and this is the email address. So we will see as we book this appointment with this name and email address on our Calendly page, we will see in our Zoho CRM account for this contact, a task will be created. So let's click on the schedule event button. And as we click on schedule event, this appointment is successfully created. The appointment is on 22nd of June from 11 AM to 11:30 AM over here. Now after this guys, we will go back to our Zoho CRM account and refresh this contacts page once. And as we refresh this page, we will see a new task will be created for this exact same contact. And yes, here under open activities, you will see a new task is created. The subject line of this task is test user has scheduled an appointment with us. And here you will see when we open this task, you will see the same details of this task. The priority is normal, status is not started, the same subject line. And here in description, you can see the same start date and time and end date and time of the appointment which we have selected while booking the appointment or while booking the event on our Calendly booking page. So we have tested this automation in real time and this automation is working perfectly fine. So guys, not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And one more important thing, you will find the clone link of this exact same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone this same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this automation workflow for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
Hello everyone, so in this video we are going to learn how to add Calendly invitee as leads in Salesforce, which means that there are multiple events in your Calendly, but if for any specific event or for all the events an invitee registers themselves for that event, then that data will be used to create a lead in Salesforce. Here we are going to integrate both these applications, and in this automation that we are going to create using Pabbly Connect, our trigger will be the invitee created in Calendly and our action will be to create lead in Salesforce. Let us learn how to do that. So in this video, let us learn that how you can create leads in your Salesforce account whenever a new invitee registers themselves in any Calendly event. Let us quickly sign in into our account. That will take me to this page where I can see all the applications provided by Pabbly, and we are going to use Pabbly Connect to create this automation. Click on Access Now and we will reach the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Reaching here, you will see a big blue button on your right side where it's written Create Workflow. Click on the button and give a suitable name to your workflow. I'm going to name it as Add Calendly Invitee as Leads in Salesforce. Click on Create and then a blank workflow will be created for you like you can see on your screen. Now you will be able to see Trigger and Action, the two major modules of Pabbly Connect on which the complete automation works. Now before that, I would like to remind you to open your Calendly account and also your Salesforce account so that you're able to connect both these applications with Pabbly Connect easily, and then you can make the required changes for this automation in these applications. Like you can see, here is the lead section of my Salesforce where the existing leads are seen. And then I have created event called Educational Seminar. For that, as soon as any invitee registers through this page, which is the view page of our seminar, or we can say the Calendly event over here. So through this page, we will register as an invitee, as a dummy invitee, and then that will trigger this workflow, and then in the action application, which is going to be Salesforce, a lead will be created. Like trigger says when this happens and action says do this, trigger is the first application, which is Calendly, because the invitee registration will be the trigger of the workflow, and then the action application, which is Salesforce, will make sure that a lead is created with the detail of that invitee. So here, open Calendly and a trigger event is invitee created by the user. Now we need to connect Calendly and Pabbly Connect in such a way that whenever a new invitee registers, all the data of that invitee is sent over here as the response. Click on Connect and then Add New Connection. Click on Connect with Calendly and it will automatically detect the presence of an open account, and here the connection is successful. Now you will see the organization is selected over here. This is just one, and then the user is Jane Iyer, which is the name of our Calendly account. Alright, then we will click on Save and Send Test Request and then go here to fill in this form right there. So I will click on Save and Send Test Request and it will start waiting for a webhook response. So I will go back here and fill in the details. It is a one-day event. I will click on the date and then select the time period in which duration it is available. This is the time. Click on Next and enter the details. So I will enter over here as name, then email address, then the contact number, and the subject or title, because it is an educational seminar. So if you want to give a title to yourselves or for designation or subject, then accordingly fill in the field. So these are the details. Click on Schedule Event and then we have registered for that specific educational seminar. When you go back here, see it is still waiting for a response and we received the response. First thing that we see is the email address, then is the name of the person, Then we have the contact details and the designation or title, which means that we have received all the details related to that seminar, also the location, what is the type of event, then the name of the event and all the details, and also the date and time, at what time the event was scheduled. So we have received almost all the details of the invitee right here. Now what we do is transfer this detail to Salesforce so that a lead can be generated. For that, our action event will be to create a lead. Select this event and then click on Connect, because now we will transfer the information to Salesforce. So Pabbly Connect and Salesforce need to be connected. Add new connection and connect with Salesforce. It will automatically detect the account. You just have to click on Allow to give access to Pabbly Connect to create a lead in Salesforce with the information that we have received from Calendly. Now we see that we require the first and last name separately. So what we need to do is add one small step over here, that is separating the name. So here we will click on the plus button to add one more action step between the trigger and action, and the step is text formatter. So text formatter is a feature that is built by Pabbly, that is built inside Pabbly, and we can use it to bring out changes to our text. Right now I'm going to use split text over here and click on Connect. Now connection is not a difficult task because the feature is of Pabbly only, and here we will first of all map the data that needs to be split. So mapping is basically taking the data from the previous step and mapping it right here, so that every time a new data arrives, so that will be changed. If we write it in a manual or static manner, then it is going to be permanent always. So click on this drop down menu and choose the complete name from here. Now this is the complete name, and now what is the separation over here? The space. You need the two different names over here, first and last name, separated by the space. So I'm going to type space over here as written in the help text. What segment I want? All, because I want the first name also and last name also. Click on save and send test request, and then you will see that the response will have the name separated. See, it's Riya Singh. They are separated. Now they can be successfully entered in our Salesforce data. But since we have added a new step between suddenly, so we will refresh this by clicking on Connect and select existing connection and click on Save. Now this is how you will refresh the connection, and the last name will be mapped now from text formatter, which is this, and the first name is this again from the text formatter. What is next? Yes, we have a title or company. So company is a perfect one because we are going to tell where the person works. So we will take that point from here. You can use the search and map data field to get to the value directly. This is how I can find the data, my value that needs to be mapped without scrolling. Phone number, yes, we do have a phone number. So I'm going to type the hint over here, and this is my phone number. Email address, so I will type in search and map data @ and it will straight away take me to the email address. Now is there any data required? No. Is there anywhere which required is written? No, which means this is the important part. You can fill in more fields depending upon your requirement. Now since in the form of Calendly event we were not filling the address, that is why we do not have these values over here. But since they are not required, you can click on save and send test request and wait for the response from Salesforce. And here we have received an ID. Now whenever you receive an ID from the action application, it is a proof that something has been created, and this is the ID of that created lead, product, or whatever it is. Now success is 1, which means Pabbly Connect says that our workflow is a success. Now we go to Salesforce and see, here we do not see the newly created lead. So let us refresh this and see. It's here. The name is here, the company is here, the phone number is here. If you open this one, you will get the email address as well. And see, here is the email address, which means that this lead can be created once anybody has registered themselves for this educational seminar. So you do not need to open these responses of the seminar again and again in Calendly, rather than just look to your lead over here. One more thing is here, that if you want only one specific type of event to be made the lead over here, so what you do is put a filter in between. If you click on this plus button and put a filter over here, so that you want only the educational seminar events to be transferred ahead. So what you do is take from Calendly and type over here educational seminar, which is the name of the seminar. So this resource name should be equal to educational. Now this is the name. Alright, click on save and send test request. It is equal to this. So in this case, it is going to be a success as the response says that the resource name right now is equal to the value that we have given. So I only want that in Calendly, even if I create multiple events over here, so anybody who registers for educational seminar will only be sent to Salesforce to create a lead. If they are registering for poetry workshop, then a lead won't be created for them. So what we will do over here is we have applied a filter. Now this workflow will allow only the educational seminar invitees to move ahead, right? So let us refresh these two steps again. That is the text formatter. And then we will refresh once again Salesforce also. Okay, rest of the values are already mapped because they were not refreshed. Click on save and send test request and here you will see that the response will be the ID and success, which means that this lead is created. Alright, why it was created? Because we have added this filter where it allows it to move ahead. Okay, so this filter by Pabbly allows this situation to be satisfied. Now, once this situation is satisfied, then this workflow will run ahead. So what we will do is, now we will create an invitee in this another event over here. View booking page, and now I will do the entry. Like the same date, around same time, and I will enter the details over here. Click on schedule event and this is filled. Now because we have filled this data, it will be sent to Calendly over here. But this filter will see that the resource name of your educational seminar is not the same, right? It will be poetry workshop over here. So since we have created a lead here in Salesforce for Sing Ria, but no one will be here like demo person. Why? Because they registered for poetry workshop and not for this specific seminar. So this filter depends upon your requirement. If you want to be very specific of the Calendly event, then you can put the filter. Otherwise, if you want to create leads of all the events in your Calendly, then you can go for without filter workflow. So this was the whole video. I hope this helped.
How to add specific Calendly event invitees to monday.com automatically. So I'm using Calendly for managing all my events and monday.com for managing whole projects, and I want that whenever any new invitee is created in Calendly for my scheduled event, that invitee should be created as an item in monday.com so that me and my team can easily access the invitee details directly from the monday.com software itself, and then further we can contact that person anytime very easily. So if you also want to sync your invitee details with the monday.com application, then come with me and I will show you everything step by step. So this is my Calendly application and this is monday.com application. In order to automatically sync all the invitee details with the monday.com, I'll have to first build an integration in both the applications, and I am going to do that with the Pabbly Connect, which is an integration and automation software, and I'm an existing user, so I am already logged in. You can also create your free account in Pabbly Connect in just 2 minutes from the sign up free button, and in the free account you will also get free tasks to test this automation. Now once you will reach to the dashboard, click on this blue button that is create workflow, and then provide a random name to your workflow, to your automation. I have provided the name as add specific Calendly event invitees to monday.com. Okay, now simply click on create, and after that you will notice 2 boxes in front of you. Okay, so these are actually trigger and action. Okay, and here the trigger means when this happens, and action means do this. So whenever this happens, then automatically do this. Try to understand with an example also. Let's say whenever a sale happen in a payment gateway application, then automatically send an email via Gmail application to your customers. Okay, so this is how you need to always select the applications in which you are building an automation. Okay, so here according to our use case, whenever any invitee is created into this Calendly application for my scheduled events, then automatically create that invitee as an item in monday.com application. Okay, so that is why I am going to select both the applications in this trigger and the action window. Okay, so I have selected the same. Now the idea here is I am going to connect both the applications one by one with the Pabbly Connect. Okay, so let us connect Calendly with the Pabbly Connect. Okay, so firstly I will select the trigger event, that is invitee created. Yes, I want that whenever any new invitee is created in Calendly, this this automation should trigger. Okay, so I have selected the same, clicking on connect, clicking on add new connection. Simply click on connect with the Calendly, and if you are already logged in into your Calendly account, the Calendly account will be immediately connected with the Pabbly Connect without even asking for any access. Here you can notice the authorization is successful, and because we are connected, here you can see that it has automatically fetched the organization and the user details. Okay, now simply click on the save and send test request button. I'm really sorry for that. Simply select the save and send test request button, and then you will notice that Calendly will start waiting for the response. Alright, so here you can notice it is waiting for the response. Okay, you can even read the instructions. Once you have clicked over the save and send test request button, then do a test submission or record in that application in order to capture the response here. Okay, so basically it is asking to do a test submission or record, and here the test submission or record means creation of a new invitee in Calendly. Okay, so let me take you first to the Calendly application, and I am going to create a new invitee in front of you. And don't worry, this invitee is going to be a dummy user with some dummy details. Okay, so I am booking this particular appointment for this 22nd of July. Let's say I selected the timing as 9 AM and simply going to provide some dummy details like the demo user, and then demo@pabblytuts.com is going to be the email address of the person, and again I'm going to provide some dummy phone number also. Okay, so I have provided all the details, all the dummy details. Clicking on the schedule button, and here you can notice that my appointment has been booked. Basically the invitee has been created for this particular event. Okay, coming back to Pabbly Connect and waiting for the response. Okay, fingers crossed, and let us check whether the response is received or not. And here you can see that the response is received. Okay, so let me show you the details one by one. Here we have the URL, here we have the created date, here we have the same email address, the dummy email address, here we have the same name of the person, the phone number of the person. Let me also show you the event name, which was astrology booking, something related to that. Appointment booking for horoscope. Okay, let me show you appointment booking for horoscope reading, and we even have the timing, the same timing. Well, it is not the same timing. You can notice we have booked the appointment for 9 AM, but here we have captured the timing of 3:30 PM because this timing is actually into the UTC format. Basically the timings are same, but the only difference is of the time zone. Don't worry, we can easily convert this UTC time zone into our local time zone. Okay, so we have captured all the details. Okay, so the presence of this data clearly shows that the connection in between our Calendly account and Pabbly Connect is working absolutely fine. Okay, and now onwards what will happen? Every time any new invitee is created into Calendly dashboard, doesn't matter for this particular event or for this particular event, the details of that person will be captured via Pabbly Connect instantly, because this trigger will instantly capture the new incoming data and the workflow execution will start in real time. Okay, so the first step of our automation is done. Now I am going to connect monday.com with the Pabbly Connect. So simply select the action event, that is create item, because I want to do the same. Okay, simply click on connect button, then click on add a new connection, and for the connection it is asking for the API token. Okay, so how you can get this token? Well, the instructions are already mentioned. Let me first take you to the dashboard of monday.com. Click on this profile section, then click on this administration section, then you will find an option of API under the left hand side. Okay, basically add the left hand side, and here exactly you can find your token. Okay, so I have already generated this token, so instead of regenerating this, I will directly copy the same. Okay, going back here, basically coming back to the Pabbly Connect dashboard, let me paste the same, clicking on save, and this is how the authorization will be successful and my monday.com application will be connected with the Pabbly Connect. Now here you can notice, since we are connected, whatever the boards are available inside my monday.com, whatever the groups are available inside the boards, everything have started visible here. Okay, so I am going to select which board and group. Let me show you. I have created this particular board. The name of the board is All Business Leads. Okay, so let me select the same in Pabbly Connect. Well, it is already selected, and in the group I have created this All Business Leads, basically appointment booking of astrology. Okay, so let me select the same. Well, again you can notice we have a single group only, so again it has got selected automatically. Now it is asking for the item name, the name, and further other details. Okay, so I am going to provide the data only into the important and in the required fields. Okay, so let's say it is asking for the item name, which is required. Okay, so I'm going to add the email address in this item name. Okay, and the interesting thing is I don't need to manually copy the data from my previous step and paste it here. Okay, I am going to map this data. Okay, and mapping is very simple. You just need to click on this field and you will find the above data here in the drop down. But here we have an interesting twist. The first twist is I don't want to create the items for all the event invitees. Yes, I want that whenever anyone is booking for this specific event, only those invitees should be created into monday.com as an item. Okay, so I will have to specifically define somewhere in this automation, because whatever I have set right now in this automation, how exactly it is going to execute whenever any new invite is created into your Calendly account. Okay, this specific account. Okay, so here I have 2 events. Okay, so what will happen, Pabbly Connect is going to capture the invitee details of all the events. Okay, so don't worry, let it capture all the details, because after this step we are going to specify a condition with the help of filter, which is an amazing feature of Pabbly Connect, via which you can apply different kind of conditions within your workflow, within your automation. Okay, so in this select label you will have to select the event name, and here you can notice it is the same Calendly data which is visible here in the drop down. Okay, so let me first search for the event name, which was something appointment booking for astrology. Yes, it is the same, that is appointment booking for horoscope reading astrology. Okay, coming back, and here I will specify that whenever this particular label is actually equal to this. Okay, so what will happen when I'll click on this save and send test request button, this condition is going to be either true or false. Okay, so in true case, if this condition is true, this automation should proceed further and it should create the item in monday.com, and if this condition is false, this automation will stop here only. Okay, so let me first specify the name. Okay, so remember we have captured the name of this event. How about I directly copy the name from here only? Okay, make sure that spelling, the text should be exact, otherwise what will happen, your condition will be false only because of small spelling error. Okay, so I have specified the same, and when I will save and send test request, you will notice that the condition will be true, because currently the event for which we have captured the invitee details, that event is actually this only. Okay, so the condition is true. In that case, my automation should proceed and it should create an item. Okay, so let me provide the email address, and the interesting thing is, again, as I have told you, I am going to map this data, but currently this data is not visible here in the drop down. Okay, so what I can do is I can simply click on this connect button once again and click on save. So this is how my automation will be refreshed, and this is how the new data will appear here in the drop down. Okay, so let me show you that. Here you can notice that the new data is visible. Let me map the email address of the person which was something. Okay, so how about I directly search it with the help of email address? Well, this is the search bar. Make sure you search the values here only. Okay, so I have mapped the email address. Now it is asking for the name name of the person. So let me also search for the name, which was something like demo user. Okay, so I have mapped it. Now you must be thinking that what is this mapping? Okay, so whatever the details I'm mapping here, these details will be replaced automatically when this automation will work in real time or in next time. Yes, these details will be replaced automatically, and just in case if I will provide any value manually, this detail will remain same for every single person, for every single item. Okay, so this is the difference in between mapping and providing the values mapping, and that is why mapping plays a major role inside this automation, and this is how this automation is going to take place. Now it is asking for the booking date and time. Okay, but in place of directly mapping the same date which we have captured, remember we have captured the start date as 3:30, but I have scheduled this automation for 9 AM. Okay, so I can simply convert this timing from UTC to local time zone. For that, I will simply click on this plus icon and search for the date and time formatter feature. Alright, I have selected the same. Again, it is an amazing feature of Pabbly Connect via which you can apply different kind of operations within your dates. Okay, so let me select this format date with the time zone. Okay, simply click on connect and it is connected. Now provide the date which you would like to format. So again, I am going to provide the date from this Calendly data. Let me search for that created time, which was alright. So here we have the date and time, asking for the from format and the to format. Okay, so how about I first selected the to format. So I want the date and time into the simpler format, something like this, for YYYYMMDD HHMMSS. Okay, so I have selected the same, asking for the from format. Okay, so I think the from format is same. You can even notice that this date is actually into the YYMMDD, then T, HHMMSS and Z format, and it is the same format, that is YYYYMMDD T, then HHMMSS Z. Okay, so I think everything is provided, every data has been selected, simply asking for the from time zone and to time zone. Okay, so here I will select the timing as Asia/Kolkata, and in the from time zone I will search for the UTC. Okay, so clicking on this button, fingers crossed and waiting for that date to be changed, and here you can see we have received the exact date and time of the event, which I can easily map here. Okay, and again if I will click on this field, you will notice that the recent data is not visible here. Okay, so I just need to refresh this automation, but if I will refresh it, my step will disappear. Okay, so I can do one more thing, simply click on connect and then click on save, and this is how monday.com will be connected with Pabbly Connect. My automation will be refreshed, and now the fresh data, the latest data, I'm sorry for that, the latest data will also be visible here. Okay, so simply map this date, clicking on this button, save and send test request, and this time I'm really expecting to create an item into the monday.com. Well, here you can notice that the response is received. Let us check our monday.com application, and here you can see that the same person has been created in monday.com. The email address is demo@pabblytudes.com. Here we have the booking date and time. Well, I'm sorry, I think there is some issue. We have the phone number. Okay, I'll have to update it once again. Okay, let me do that. Alright, so coming back to Pabbly Connect dashboard, well, I think instead of providing the name in this field, I should provide the name in this field. Okay, so demo user, and I'm really not sure. I think one name field is actually the default name field provided by the monday.com, and one I have created by my own. Okay, so clicking on this button once again and fingers crossed once again, waiting for the response. And here you can see again the response is received, and yes, currently we have the name of the person, the email address of the person and the phone number. Now, but now why this date is not created? How about I firstly check the type of this column? Okay, alright, so I have recreated this column with the name, booking date and time. Coming back to Pabbly Connect, and here I have first refreshed this particular section and have mapped the value once again, clicking on this button, and let us check whether this time the date is getting updated as an item in monday.com or not. Alright, so the response is received, and yes, you can see that the booking date is also updated, the phone number is also updated, the name and the email address is also updated. How about I delete the existing data? Okay, so the presence of this data clearly shows that the connection in between Calendly and monday.com is working absolutely fine. Okay, so now onwards, what will happen? Every time any new invitee is created specifically for this particular event, those event details will be updated automatically into monday.com in this specific board and in this specific group. Okay, and to automate this whole process, simply create this automation inside Pabbly Connect once. After that, you can sit back and relax, because Pabbly Connect will take care of all the tasks in the backend. You do not have to do anything manually. And just in case if you want to access this 4-step automation inside your Pabbly Connect account, I will also attach this link into my description box. Okay, so you just need to click on that link and sign up into the Pabbly Connect, and then you will be able to access this workflow, this automation inside your Pabbly Connect account, that too for free.
Hello everyone, I am your host Ayushi Karasethia and welcome back to our channel Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how you can add Calendly invitees to Zoho campaigns as subscribers automatically. So first, let us understand what these software applications are all about. So Calendly is an appointment scheduling software and Zoho campaigns is an email marketing platform. So the idea here is that whenever an appointment is scheduled and a new invitee is created into your Calendly account, automatically the same invitee should get created as a subscriber into your Zoho campaigns. For this, we need to create a connection between Calendly and Zoho campaigns. So in order to create a connection, we are going to use a software application named Pabbly Connect. So basically, Pabbly Connect is an automation and integration software which will help us in integrating both these software applications automatically. The best part here is it doesn't require any coding skills or programming knowledge. Even a non-technical person can use this software application very easily. So not only Zoho campaigns, and instead of Zoho campaigns, we can also use Mailchimp, MailerLite, MailerCloud or any other email marketing platform, and we can add the invitees to that particular email marketing platform. So let us learn the integration process now on my screen. So to start the integration, let us type Pabbly, pabbly.com in our browser. This is the website of Pabbly. Here we have to come to products and click on Pabbly Connect. This is the landing page of Pabbly Connect. As you are the first time user, you have to click on sign up for free option and you can create your own account in just 2 minutes. By clicking on sign up free button, you will get 100 tasks free every month. As I already have an account with Pabbly Connect, I'll simply click on sign in. In the all apps section, come to Pabbly Connect and click on access now. This is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Here we have to create a workflow. For that, come to this plus sign and click on create workflow. Now here we have to give a name to the workflow. So let us give the name as add Calendly invitees to Zoho campaigns as subscribers. Here you can give the workflow name as per your requirement and simply click on create. Now here we can see a trigger window and an action window. So Pabbly Connect works on the concept of trigger and action. Trigger means when this happens, action means do this. So in this use case, we want to add the Calendly invitees as subscribers to our Zoho campaigns. So open this trigger window and here in the choose application, let us find Calendly. In the trigger event, we have to select invitee created. Click on connect. Click on add new connection. Now it is asking for the API key. So log into your Calendly account. You can get your API key from the Calendly account integrations. So let's go to the Calendly account. Here we can find the integrations option. Click on it. And here when we scroll down, we can find the API and webhooks option. Click on API and webhooks. And at last we can find the API key over here. So let's copy the API key. And we have to paste the same API key over here. And let's click on save. And now the Calendly account is connected to Pabbly Connect just because I was already logged into my Calendly account. So make sure before creating a connection, you are logged into your Calendly account. Now let's click on save and send test request.
And here we can see that it is waiting for the response. So in order to capture the response, we have to do a test submission. It means we have to create a new invitee in our Calendly account. Let's create a new invitee. For that, we'll move to the home page. And here I have already created some events. So I am just going to use this Pabbly Connect support event right now. Let's click on view booking page, or else you can copy the link and you can open it in a new tab. Okay. And this page will get open. Okay, and let us select the date as 16th of March, time as 11 AM. Click on confirm. Let's give the first name as Parker, last name as Devin. Let's add the email address, phone number over here, and let's click on schedule event. Phone number does not recognize. Okay, yes, I have just missed one more 8 over here. Okay, and let's click on schedule event. So here we can see that you are scheduled with Ashira. So appointment is scheduled and a new invitee is created over here. Let's move back to Pabbly Connect, and here we can see the responses received. Okay, and here we can find the event as invitee created, and when we scroll down, here we can find all other details related to the appointment, its date, its time. Okay, here we can find the invitee mobile number. Here we can find the first name, last name, and the email address of the invitee. So now we wanted using these details, automatically a new subscriber should get added to your Zoho campaigns. For that, come to this action window. Here in the choose application, let us find Zoho campaigns. In the action event, we have to select add or update subscriber. Click on connect. Click on add new connection. Now, and click on connect with Zoho campaigns. Now it is asking for the domain. So I'm just entering my domain over here. You have to enter your domain and simply click on save. Now it is asking Pabbly Connect would like to access the following information. Let's click on accept. Authorization successful. And now the Zoho campaigns account is connected to Pabbly Connect just because I was already logged into my Zoho campaigns. Okay, so make sure before creating a connection, you are logged into your Zoho campaigns account. Now here we have to select the list name. So I'll take you to my Zoho campaigns. Here I have already created some list, that is Calendly invitees and pay kickstart sale. So if you want to create a new list, simply click on this create list button and you can create a list as per your requirement. So now I want the Calendly invitees to be added to this particular list. So we have to select the same list name over here. So let us select this list name as Calendly invitees. Now here it is asking for the first name, last name and other details of the invitee. So we have already got these details through the Calendly account. So we are going to map all these details now. Okay, let us map them one by one. Let us map the first name. First name was Parker. Let us map the last name. Last name was Devin. Okay, I need to search in Calendly. Okay, here we have to map the email address. And after that, we need to map the company name. So we don't have the company name. I'm just leaving it as blank. If you have the details, you can map it over here. Here we have to map the phone number. This was the phone number. Here we have to map the website and the address details. So if you have all these details, you can map it over here. I'm not having all these details, so I'm just leaving it as blank. And let's click on save and send test request. Okay, and here we can see the responses received, and here in the message we can see a confirmation email is sent to the user and the user needs to confirm to successfully subscribe. So let us check whether the invitee has received any email or not. I'm just moving to the Parker email address, and here we can find a mail, confirm your subscription. And let's click on confirm subscription. Okay, the page is getting loaded over here. It may take some time. Okay, and here we can see you are all set now. Thank you for joining our mailing list. So now let us check our Zoho campaign mailing list. We have to just refresh it. And here we can find the Calendly invitees as 1. Let us check who is the invitee. Let's move to the contacts. Okay, and here we can find that Parker Jevin is added as a new subscriber to our Calendly Invitee Zoho campaigns subscriber list. So in this way, we can see that our integration is working fine. Let's move back to Pabbly Connect and let us save this workflow first. Data saved successfully. Okay. Now we have to check this in the real time, whether our integration is actually working fine or not. So I'll just move to my Calendly account once again. And here we are just going to make a new booking on the name of some other invitee. Okay, we are just going to create a new invitee. And this time let us select the date as 22nd of March. Timing as 2 p.m. this time. Let's click on confirm. Let's add the first name as Ryan. Last name as Glasgow. Let's add the email address. Here we have to map the phone number. And let's click on schedule event. Okay, and here we can see that a new invitee is created over here. But before the invitee gets added to our Zoho campaigns, first we have to just confirm it through the email address. So let us move to the email address of Ryan Glasgow. And here we can find a new mail from Ashirai, confirm your subscription. So let's confirm the subscription over here. You are all set now. Thank you for joining our mailing list. Okay, now let us check our Zoho campaign mailing list. We have to just refresh it. The page is getting loaded over here. Okay, and here we can see that a new member or a new subscriber is added to our Zoho campaign list. The name is Ran, last name as Glasgow, along with his phone number and his email address. So in this way, we can see that our integration is perfectly working fine. Let's move back to Pabbly Connect, and I'll just minimize all these windows and let us see in a nutshell whatever we have done till now. So first we have created an integration between Calendly and Pabbly Connect. Then Pabbly Connect has captured all the details of the invitee whenever a new appointment was scheduled, and the same invitee was added as a subscriber to our Zoho campaigns once the invitee confirms the subscription on his or her email address. And in this way, we have created a successful integration between Calendly and Zoho campaigns using Pabbly Connect.
In this video, we are going to see how to add tagged subscribers to ConvertKit from new Calendly events. So let's say that you're using Calendly as a booking software, and here every time an invitee has been created, which means that you have an event and a user has been created as an invitee in that particular event, then automatically that particular user should be added as a subscriber, a tagged subscriber in ConvertKit, which is a marketing automation tool. Now, how can you do this? For this, you will have to again set up some integration between the two applications, and the same thing can be done using Pabbly Connect software. Here, your trigger application would be Calendly and your action application would be ConvertKit. Now, how can you do this yourself, integrate and automate this entire process? To understand that, let me take you to my screen. To begin with the process, we are first going to type the URL pabbly.com/connect, and as we do that, here we have reached the landing page of this software. On the right hand side, you can see two options, sign in and sign up for free. So if you are an existing user, simply sign in. If you are a new user, click on this tab sign up. It won't take more than 2 minutes. And also at the time of account creation, you will get 100 free tasks. So now I'm going to click on sign in. As I do that, here we have reached the all applications page. Let's click on access now for Pabbly Connect as we are doing this integration using Pabbly Connect software. On the right hand side, you can see create workflow tab on our dashboard. So I'm going to click on this, and now a dialog box has appeared which is asking me to name this workflow. So here my objective is to add tagged subscribers to ConvertKit from new Calendly events. So here my objective is that every time a user has enrolled for a new event on Calendly, then automatically that particular user should be added as a tagged subscriber to ConvertKit. So now I'm going to click on create. So as I do that, here we have reached another window which has got two extremely important events. One is trigger, another one is action. Triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens and action is do this. Basically, action here is the result of our trigger application. Now here my trigger application would be Calendly, as every time a user has enrolled for a particular event, then only this workflow should run. So I'm going to select Calendly over here.
And the trigger event would be an invitee has been created. So this workflow will trigger when a new invitee schedules an event. Let's click on this. Now I'm going to click on connect. Here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the Calendly account. So I'm going to select add new connection and then connect with Calendly. Now as I do that, here we can see that the authorization has been successful. The system has automatically acquired the organization and the user. So let me show you my Calendly account. So this is the account I have logged in and I have got 2 events created here. Taking you back to Pabbly Connect, I'm going to click on save and send test request. Now it is asking me to do a test submission in the application so that the response could be captured here. So let's say this is the event that I have created. Now I'm going to view the booking page. And here I am going to make a booking. So let's say it's on 28th. And then what's the time? So I have got a meeting at 11:30 a.m. I'm going to click on confirm. And now I have to fill in my details. So let's say it is a demo user. Email address here is demouser123@pabblytudes.com. Then I have to provide the phone number. So it's a random number that I'm providing over here. Let's click on schedule event. So as soon as I have done this, going back to Pabbly Connect, let's see if we have received the API response, and here it is. So basically, this is the email address of the person, this is the created time, and this is the resource event, this is the name. As I take you down, again, this is the mobile number, and then we have the reschedule URL. So if I wish to reschedule it, then this is the URL. Then as I take you down, so this is the name of the event, dummy event, and I have got further information. Now what is my objective? My objective is to create a tagged subscriber in ConvertKit. So my next action application would be ConvertKit. Let's look for this, and here it is. The action event here would be tag a subscriber. Let's click on this, click on connect. Again, Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the ConvertKit account. I'm going to select add new connection, and to set up this connection we need the API key and the API secret. And where can we find it? So first we have to log into our ConvertKit account, and then we have to go to account settings. So I've already logged into my ConvertKit account. I'm going to click on this hyperlink account setting. As I reach here, let's scroll down and we have the option advanced. Let's go to this option. And here is our API key. So I'm going to copy this API key, go back to Pabbly Connect, paste this over here. Then we need the API secret key. So again, I'm going to go here, and this is the API secret key. Let's copy this, go back to Pabbly Connect and paste this. Once done, let's click on save. And here we can see that Pabbly Connect is now connected with ConvertKit. Now here we have to provide the tag ID. So taking you back to ConvertKit, so if I show you here subscribers, so you can see that as I scroll down, you have got an option of tags. So here you can create a tag. So I already have created a tag. The name is Calendly tag. So going back to Pabbly Connect, I have already selected the tag ID. Now we have to map this information. What is mapping? That I already have this information in the previous step. I'm just going to retrieve it here. And mapping is important because if I write this manually, so every time the workflow runs, it will only take the manually written data. It will never take the new data. So it is very important to map it. How do we do it? Let's click on this. We will be shown the previous step. Let's click on this. Now I need the email address. So here is the email address. The next is first name and last name. But here we have received our name is a complete name. So here I'm going to add an action step, which is basically a feature by Pabbly. The name is text formatter. Let's click on this. The action event here would be split text. Let's click on connect. Now here I have to map the text that I wish to split, basically the name. So I'm going to go to step 1, and this is the name of my user. Now how do I split it? So this is the space between them. So that is going to be our separator. How do I write it? I write double curly braces, space. Again, I close it with double curly braces, and I wish to have both the segments. Let's click on save and send test request. So here is our response. Now I'm going to refresh this connection, going ahead with the existing connection. So let's map the first name, go to step 2, this is the first name. Then we have the last name, so this is the last name, and then we have to map the mobile number. So the mobile number, I'm going to go to step 1, and as I take you down, this is the mobile number. Once done, let's click on Save and Send Test Request. And here we have received our response. Now, if our integration is a success, so a tagged subscriber should be created in ConvertKit. So I'm taking you back to ConvertKit, and here I'm going to refresh this connection. So once done, here you can see that we have successfully created a subscriber, demo user 123@pabblytudes.com. This is the email address, this is the first name, last name, mobile number, and yes, even we have the tag, which is Calendly tag. So this basically means our integration process is a complete success, but we also need to check this in real time. So I'm going to go back to Calendly, and here I'm going to do another booking. The date is 29th of November. The time is, let's say, evening 5 p.m. Confirm. Now let's give it a name. So it is new name. Then we have the email address, so it is new name @pabblytudes.com. And then we have the phone number. So let's say it is, done. Let's schedule the event. So here we can see that our event has been scheduled. So what should happen automatically? A tagged subscriber should be created on ConvertKit. Taking you back to ConvertKit. Let's go back. And here I'm going to refresh this subscriber page, and here we have the new subscriber. The name is new name, this is the mobile number, email address, and we also have the tag. So this basically means that we have successfully integrated ConvertKit with Calendly. Now going back to Pabbly Connect, let's understand what we have done. So this is again an extremely easy two-step integration process where our trigger application is Calendly, the event is Invitee created, then our action application is ConvertKit, the event is to tag a subscriber. Now here, just to split the name, we had chosen a feature by Pabbly which was text formatter. I hope this is very much clear to you. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow which is given in the video description. You can also clone the same and start to process immediately. If in case you have some particular integration that you wish to work on, you can always write to us.
So in this video, we will learn how to create meeting notes document from new Calendly event. Now suppose guys, you have created some kind of event in Calendly. Let's take an example of job interview. So you have created a Calendly event page using which all the candidates who are interested in your organization can schedule a job interview, a meeting with you. And you are asking some questions to them on the event booking page. Now using this automation, whenever a new invitee will be created in Calendly, whenever a user will schedule a meeting or appointment with you in Calendly, automatically using those details, we are going to create a meeting note document in Google Docs. So in Google Docs, we have a template document. We are going to enter the details entered by the user in this booking page in that document, and we are going to create a new document. And at last, using this same automation, we are going to enter all of these details into a table database to create a new record over there. So guys, using this automation, we are going to get a new invitee, a new appointment, and using that details, we are going to create a meeting note document and at last enter the details in Airtable. Now guys, how you can set up this automation? To know this, you have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. And after reaching to this dashboard, just click on Create Workflow and give your workflow a name. For example, I would like to name my workflow as Calendly to Google Docs to Airtable. And then just click on Create. Now we can see that our workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have 2 different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those 2 concepts, those 2 principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's begin with the trigger window. So the idea here is, first, we have to get the details or the data of the appointment booking, which we are getting from Calendly inside Pabbly Connect. So we are going to connect our Calendly account with Pabbly Connect and get that data. After that, using Pabbly Connect, we are going to send the details of the user who has booked the appointment to Google Doc so that the document template which we have created in Google Doc, using this template, we can create a new document for each and every appointment booking. And at last, we are going to add all of these details with the document link in our A-table database. So let's begin. Now here in Trigger window, in Choose Apps, search for Calendly. Select Calendly over here. And after that, in Trigger Event from the drop-down, select Invitee Created. After selecting a trigger event, just click on this Connect button. Select Add New Connection. And here guys, we have to connect our Calendly account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, just click on this Connect with Calendly button. Now guys, because I have already logged into my Calendly account in my browser, Pabbly Connect has detected the same account and made the connection. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the organization. So right now in my Calendly account, I have created only one organization and this is it. So in the dropdown, if you have multiple organizations, you will see a list of all the organizations below over here. So let's select the organization. And here in my Calendly account, it's a single user account. So if you have multi-user account in the dropdown below, you will get a list of all the users as well. Right now, I have only one user, so you can select it. Then after this, it says an important note that says, make sure you have a pro Calendly plan in order to use this integration. So use this automation to automate or to connect your Calendly account with Pabbly Connect and use it in automation. You need to have a Calendly Pro plan. After this, just click on this Save and Send Test Request button. And now guys, here you can see it has changed to waiting for response. Now this means Pabbly Connect is waiting to get some data, some response of a new invite being created of a new appointment booking from Calendly. So we are going to do the same. We are going to book a test appointment, a dummy appointment on our Calendly account. So let's go to Calendly account and here you can see I have created an event named as job interview. Let's copy the appointment booking page of this event, go to a new tab and paste it over here. Now after this, let's select a random date, for example 13th of December and a time as 10 AM. So let's book an appointment for this date and time. Let's enter the details of a dummy user. For example, dummy name. This is the name of the person. This is the email address of the person who is scheduling an appointment with us. And after this guys, let's enter a random address. So just some random text. After this, let's enter the position. They are applying for the position of developer, department, product development. This is the department. Select the location as, for example, remote and skills as MySQL, PHP, and Java. So some random details. After entering these details on this appointment booking page, just click on this schedule event button. So just now we made a test appointment booking on our Calendly's appointment booking page. And because we have connected our Calendly account with Pabbly Connect, we will see the details of the same booking are now captured inside Pabbly Connect. And yes, here in Pabbly Connect, we can see we have received some response. And in this response, you can see the details of the same booking. We have the exact date and time, that at what date and time this appointment is being scheduled. Then after that, we have today's date and time that just now we have basically booked this appointment. Then we have the email address of the user which they have entered while booking the appointment. Then we have the name of the person, dummy name. Then we will scroll down and all the details they have entered while scheduling this appointment. We can see all of those details over here. We have the address, we have the position, we have the department they have selected, we have the location, remote or on-site, and also we have the skills they have entered. So basically, using this Calendly appointment booking page, we have received all the details from the users, from the candidates. Now, in the next step, what we have to do, we have to send all of these details to Google Docs so that the template document, the template meeting document, which we have created in Google Docs, using this template, we can create a meeting note document for the same event with all the details entered by the user. And also in the same response, you can see the details of the event, that for which event the user has basically entered or for which event the user has basically booked the appointment. Now what we have to do, we just have to scroll down and here in these responses, you can see a response named as resource start time. And here you will see the exact date and time, that for what date and time the candidate has actually scheduled the meeting or the appointment. So we have the date 13th of December 2022 and the time. But guys, this date and time is in pretty complex format and the time in this date is in UTC time zone. So here guys, what we have to do, we have to first convert this date and time response from UTC time zone to our Asia, Kolkata, Indian time zone or any local time zone which you use, in which you have created your Calendly account in which you want to add the data. And also we have to change the format of this date and time into a pretty simpler or regular or the format which we use in our day-to-day life. So to change the format of this date and time and also the time zone, we are going to use a feature of Pabbly Connect that is called date time formatter. For that, just scroll down, come to our action window, and here in choose apps, select date time formatter. After selecting it, an action event from the drop down, select the action event as format date with time zone. Click on connect. Then guys, after making the connection, the first thing it asks us is the date. That what is the date, what is the response, whose format and time zone we want to change. So we want to change the format and time zone of this particular date. So we have to map the same date over here. And guys, the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field and in the drop down below, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from Calendly of a new invitee being created of a new appointment booking. You can see all of these responses over here. And from this drop down, select this response of resource start date and map it over here. After this, it is asking us from format, that in which format this date and time is present right now. And in the drop down below, you can see a list of different formats. So this is the format guys in which this date and time is present right now. So let's select it. And then it is asking us for the to format, that in which format you want to convert it. So in the drop down below, you can see any desired format according to your choice. So we have this format of day, month, year, hours, minutes and seconds. So I want to convert this date and time in this simpler readable format. Just select it and map it over here. Then it is asking us from time zone, that according to which time zone we have received this response of date and time. So from the drop down, we have to select UTC because we have received this date and time in UTC time zone. And in to time zone, we have to select Asia, Kolkata or any other desired time zone in which you want to convert it. And at last, just click on this Save and Send Test Request button. After clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here in response you can see the date and time into a pretty simpler format and according to the Asia Kolkata time zone. So 13th of December 2022 was the date and 10 AM was the time for which we have scheduled this event, this meeting, this appointment. So we have received the same over here. Now after this, let's send all of these details to Google Docs so that we can create meeting documents from the template. For that, just scroll down and click on this Add Action Step button. And here in Choose Apps, search for Google Docs. Select Google Docs. Then in Action Event from the drop-down, we have to select the action event as Create Document from Template. Just select it, click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now guys, we have to connect our Google Docs account with Pabbly Connect. We have to connect the same Google Docs account in which we have created our template document. So to make this connection, just click on this Sign in with Google account, Sign in with Google button. Just select your Google account, your Google Docs account, scroll down and click on Continue. And as you click on Continue, you will see our Google Docs account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the template document. So in the drop-down below, you can see a list of all the documents which you have created in your Google Doc account. And out of all of these documents, which template document do you want to use in this automation workflow? So I have created this template document to create the meeting documents or meeting notes named as Job Interview Doc Template. So using this template, I want to create the new documents. And guys, we have to basically select the same template over here from this drop down. So over here, just select the same template. Then it is asking us new documents name. That what will be the name of the document which we are going to generate using this automation. So every time using this automation, a new document will be generated, but what will be the name? So we have to enter the name over here. So let's take an example guys, that I want the new document name to be the name of the candidate who has scheduled the appointment and their email address. So I want to use a combination of the name and the email address. So we are going to map the name of the user and email address over here. As we all know, the process of mapping is very simple. Click on this field and from the Calendly responses, select the name of the person, then after a space, add a hyphen, and then from the drop-down, select the response of email. So whatever name and email the user is going to enter while scheduling the appointment with us, we are going to use the same name and email for this meeting document name. Then after that, next thing it asks us is new documents location. That the document which we are going to generate using these template, those newly generated documents are going to store in our Google Drive folder. But we have to select that in which folder we want to save it. And in the drop down below, you can see a list of all the folders which you have created in your Google Drive account. Now here guys, I have created a folder in my Google Drive named as Interview Docs. This is the folder where I want my newly generated document using this automation to be stored. And from this folder, I'm going to access them all. So we have to select the same folder where we want to store over here and from this drop down. Then after this, you can see a list of different fields over here. And all of these different fields came from this template document which we have created. So in this template document, you can see in double curly braces, I have added text multiple times. Here is date and time, here is your name, here is applicant name, position applied for, department, type, address and skills. So basically we have asked all of these details, or we have received all of these details from Calendly of the appointment booking details with the appointment booking details or response. Now one by one, I want to add all of these details in this document. So this text which we have added in double curly braces, these texts are basically some body field, some variable. Basically these are dynamic text. And this text, the text in place of these variables, these body fields, can be changed for every new document which we generate using this automation. So every new meeting document which we generate using this template, the date and time of the appointment or the interview is going to change. Then the applicant's name is going to be changed, the position is going to change, and all of this data is going to change for every new response, every new booking or every new appointment which we get from Calendly. So to add this kind of text in the document, newly generated document, we have added these kind of body fields, these kind of variables. And you can see all of these variables over here, or all of these dynamic text over here in Pabbly Connect as new fields. So one by one, from the Calendly responses, we have to map the response in their respective field. So let's start with date and time. So we have received the date and time which the user has selected, that for what date and time they want to schedule the interview. And we have received that response over here. And using date-time formatter, we have converted that response into a pretty simpler format. So we have to basically map the same response of date and time of the interview over here in this field. Just click here, and from the drop-down from date-time formatter responses, select and map the response of date and time over here. Then here I have created another dynamic text of your name, where I wanted to mention the name of the interviewer. So let's enter a random name manually. For example, Pabbly Test. This is the name. Then the applicant's name. So here in applicant name, I want to mention the name of the user who has scheduled or booked the interview with us, the appointment with us using Calendly. So from the drop down of Calendly responses, we just have to map the name of the person over here. Then we have to mention the position they have applied for. So from the drop down, Calendly responses, select the response of the position which they have selected and map it. Then after that, in the next field of department, from the drop down, map the department they have selected. Then map the type, the location basically. So here in type, we were asking them for the location, that they want a remote location or on-site. So here from the drop down, we have to basically map that response of the user over here, that was remote. Then we have to map the response of address. So next field after location was address. So let's map address over here. So from the drop down, select the response of address, and at last the skills. So we have to map the response of skills as well. So in this way, you can basically create any kind of template document in Google Docs, and you can add as many number of dynamic tags, as many number of variables in your Google Doc over here in the template document over here in this way by adding some text in double curly braces. And you will see all of these dynamic text, dynamic fields over here in Pabbly Connect. And one by one, you can map the data in the respective fields. After mapping all of these details, just click on this Save and Send Test Request button. Now after clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see that we have received some response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the data which we have mapped over here, using this data and this template document which we have selected, a new document is being created. The name of the document is this, and the location of the document is this. In this folder of Google Drive, the newly generated document has been saved. So let's check our Google Drive folder first. So let's go to Google Drive. And yes, here in this Google Drive folder, we can see that just now a new document has been added. The name of the document is the name of the person who has basically booked the appointment with us and the email address. The same combination of name and email address which we have entered in Pabbly Connect. And when we will open this document, we will see the same details which the user has entered while scheduling the appointment with us using Calendly. So in this way, we have basically created a document, a meeting note or meeting document using the template in this automation. Now guys, after this, we have to add the details of the appointment which we have received from Calendly and the newly generated document which we have created using the Google Doc into our Airtable database as a new record. But here guys, the response which we have received from Google Docs, in this response, we haven't received the link, the URL of this document, this meeting document. So what we have to do, using Google Drive's action of share a file, we have to basically retrieve the URL or the link of that newly generated document. Now here guys, because we have stored or the newly generated document has been saved in our Google Drive, that's why we have to use the Google Drive action in the next step. Just scroll down, click on this add action step button, and here in choose app, search for Google Drive. Select Google Drive. After this, in action event from the drop down, select the action event as share a file with anyone. Just select it, click on connect and select add new connection. Now here guys, we have to connect our same Google Drive account where we have stored the newly generated document. So here guys, just click on this sign in with Google button, select your Google Drive account, scroll down and click on continue. And as we click on continue, we will see our Google Drive account will also get connected with Pabbly Connect. Now here guys, the newly generated document, when you will open this document, you will see this document right now has a share permission of private to only me. So if you want to share this document with your team members directly with the link, you can't do that. So using the same action event of share a file with anyone, we are going to change the share permission of this document as well. So all of your team members who has the link of this document can access it as well. Now here guys, after selecting this action event, the only thing it asks us is the file ID. So in the drop down below, you will see a list of all the files which you have on your Google Drive folder. But every new document we generate in Google Doc response, we will get a new document ID, a new file ID. So what we have to do, you guessed it right. We have to map the same response of document ID over here in this response for file ID. Just turn on this mapping button in front of it is on, just clear the default response, and from the drop down from the Google Doc responses, select the response of document ID and map it over here. So every time this automation runs, every time we get a new appointment, using those details, a new document is generated from the template in our Google Docs, and then it is going to map or change the share permission of the same document which we have created. So after mapping this document ID, just click on this Save and Send Test Request button. And then here in response, you will see that the share permission of the same file is not changed. So earlier the share permission was private to only we, but now it has changed to anyone with the link. And in this same response guys, when you will scroll down, you can see different links of this same document. So here you will see we have the web view link. Just copy this link from here, go to a new tab and paste it over here. And by clicking on this link, any of your user can basically access this document as well. Other than that, other than this web view link, you also get the PDF link, HTML link or zip link of the same document as well. Now guys, what we have to do, we have to send this document link and other details of the appointment booking to Airtable to create a new record over there. For this, just scroll down, click on this add action step button. And here in choose app, search for Airtable. Select Airtable. And then in action event from the drop down, select create record as the action event. Click on connect and select add new connection. Now here guys, we have to connect our Airtable account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we have to enter the API key or the token of our Airtable account. Now here you must be thinking how you can get this API key or token. So you just have to go to your Airtable account. On the right side, click on this profile option and click on accounts over here. After reaching to this accounts page, just scroll down and here you can see the API key of your Airtable account. Just copy this API key from here, go to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here. And then just click on save. And now as we click on save, we will see that our Airtable account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the base ID. that in which base of our Airtable account we want to add this new record, this new data. And in the drop down below, you can see a list of all the different bases which we have created in Airtable. So the base which we are using in this video is named as job interviews. So here in Pabbly Connect, from the drop down, let's search for the base job interviews. After selecting the base, the next thing we have is the table ID. So in this Airtable base, I have created only one table right now named as meeting details. So we are going to select the same base, same table basically over here from this drop down. And after selecting it, all the column of data which you have created in this table can be seen over here in Pabbly Connect. So here we have the candidate name, email, address, position applied for, and all of these details till the meeting link document. We can see all of those fields over here in Pabbly Connect. And one by one, we have to once again map the same data over here. Just click here and from Calendly responses, map the response of name over here. Then in email, from the Calendly responses, map the response of the email of the candidate. Then after that, let's map the address. So this is the response of address. Then map the response of position. So scroll down and map the response of position. Then let's map the department which they have entered. So one by one, all of the data which you want to add to Airtable, you can basically create the table or the columns of that data in your Airtable database, and one by one, you have to basically map that same data. Here, let's map the location as remote and then the meeting link document. So using Google Drive's action, share file with anyone, we have received the document link of the newly created meeting document. So we just have to map that link over here in this field. And after mapping all of this data, just click on Save and Send Test Request. Now, after clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see that we have received the response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that all the data which we have mapped over here are now added as a new record in our Airtable database. So let's check it. We will go to Airtable. And yes guys, here you can see that in our Airtable account, the same data is added as a new record. We have the same candidate name, same email, address, position, designation, department, and all of the data with the meeting document link which we have just now created. When you click on this link, you can see this document has opened which we have created using the template meeting document over here. Now guys, we have successfully completely created this automation workflow, and using this automation now, whenever we are going to receive a new appointment in our Calendly account, automatically using the details the user has entered while scheduling the appointment, we are going to create a meeting document and we are going to add all of those details, all of that data into our Airtable database. So guys, after setting up this automation, let's test this automation once in real time. Let's book another meeting, let's schedule another meeting over here. So we are going to once again copy the link of the meeting page, the event page, just copy it. Here, just paste it once again. And this time, let's select the date as, for example, 16th of December. And select the time, for example, 2 p.m. Confirm. Let's enter the details of a user, test user. Let's enter email address as well. Then the address. Then applying for the position of video creator, for example. Team is marketing. Location is on site, and skills, for example, Camtasia. Okay, let's click on the schedule event button. And just now, we have received another appointment on our Calendly page. So just now, a user has scheduled an interview on our Calendly page. And we will see instantly, automatically, within second, with the same details we have entered or the user has entered while scheduling the appointment or the interview, the meeting document has been created in our Google Drive. So here we'll go to a Google Drive, and here you can see that with the same name, test user, and the same email address, a document has been created. When we open this document, we will see it will have the same details of the appointment or the interview. We have the same date, 16th of December 2022, and the same time. We have the same name which we have entered of our interviewer. We have the same user's name, applicant's name, position which they have entered, the same department, location, address, and the skills as well. And also the share permission of this document is anyone with the link. And also we will see that the details of the same document and the same interview are now added as a new record in our Airtable database. So guys, now we can see that we have tested this automation and it is working perfectly fine. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications using Pabbly Connect. And guys, one more important thing. You will find a clone link of the same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone the same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this automation workflow for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
Hello everyone, today we will learn how to create a ticket in Zendesk from a new event in Calendly. Now Calendly is a software where you can create an event and get registrations from people who want to come or attend that event. And Zendesk is a customer service software, so you can create tickets and add new tasks in that software. So if you are using Calendly to create an event, and every time you create an event you want that a ticket should be created in Zendesk, but it cannot happen automatically because both of these applications do not have a direct connection between them. So what if I tell you that we can actually automate this process with the help of Pabbly Connect? We will create an integration where our trigger will be an event created in Calendly and our action will be a ticket created in Zendesk. Let us learn how to do it. So let us learn that how are we going to integrate My Calendly and Zendesk in such a way that whenever a new event that is created in My Calendly and a person invites or registers themselves for that specific event, a ticket will be created in our Zendesk. So let us learn how are we going to do this with the help of Pabbly over here. This is the landing page of Pabbly, and on the right hand side you will see two options, sign up for free and sign in. If you don't have an existing account, you have to click on sign up for free, and because I'm having one, I will click on sign in. Then I will be taken to this page where I will click on sign in with Google, and then I will be logged in into Pabbly. I will be seeing these 5 applications that are provided by Pabbly itself. Because we are going to connect or integrate 2 applications today, we will use Pabbly Connect for that purpose. Let us click on Access Now, and then I will be taken to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. As soon as you reach here, you can see a big blue button on your right hand side where it is written Create Workflow. Click on that button and then give a suitable name to your workflow. I'm going to name it as Create Tickets in Zendesk for Calendly Event. Click on Create and then a blank workflow will be created for you. Reaching here, you can see 2 boxes. On one, it's written Trigger. On the other, it's written Action. Now, what is this trigger and action? A trigger is when this happens, and action is do this, which means that the trigger will take place in your first application, or you can call it as your trigger application. Now, when that event takes place, this workflow will move ahead in the direction of the action application and the assigned action will be performed over here. So, let us choose our trigger application as Calendly. Why? Because once the event is created, like you can see, an event is already created over here. One is supposed to register in this event and create an invitee. So this is created by me. I will copy the link of this form, open a separate tab, and then open a page like this where I can register myself for this pottery workshop. Now you can see over here, it provides me a calendar, and on the calendar, it shows all the 3 days when the workshop is going to take place, the time, the venue, everything, and the description as well. Now I have to register for this, but before that, let me choose the trigger event of our workflow. What is the event? The event is invitee created. Okay, first of all, choose the user one, not the organization one, because for example, I am the user of this account of Calendly and I am the one who has created this event in Calendly. So the invitee will be created using the workshop link that is created by the user. Okay, so this is our event. Now we click on connect, add new connection and connect with Calendly. This is how Pabbly Connect will be able to fetch information from Calendly account. Do not worry, Pabbly Connect is 100% safe. Now, whichever tab you have kept open in your Calendly, it has copied the link of the organization and the user that's written my name. Now we will click on save and send test request. Now once you click on this button, remember that you have to go to this page where we copied and pasted the link and you have to register yourselves for the event. So click on save and send test request and then let us choose that we will be free on Monday. And then choose a time slot that when can you go and attend the event. So we will click on confirm, enter your information, your name, your email address and your contact number. and click on create. See, now your slot is confirmed. Okay, from 12 to 12:45 p.m. on Monday, the date and year is also here. The time format is Indian Standard Time, the venue, and the confirmation has been sent to the email address that was registered. Automatically that has taken place. Now you can see when you come back to Pabbly Connect, a response has been captured. Now this was the email address. Okay, this was the name of the person and the contact number is also here. So which means that the information that we entered while registering ourselves for the event has been captured successfully by Pabbly Connect. Now we will close this window because we do not need it for some time. We'll come forward to our action application, and in our action application we will choose Zendesk. Okay, now click on Zendesk and make sure that you open Zendesk over here. Now comes a little different part. First of all, choose the event as create ticket. This is a simple part. When you click on connect and click on add new connection, it will ask you certain credentials to be filled over here, because that is how Pabbly Connect will be able to fetch information from your Zendesk account as well. Okay, so you have to enter your username, your password and your subdomain. Now here we will enter our username. So I have entered my username and my password over here, and what is left is to enter the subdomain. Now what is the subdomain? When you go back to your Zendesk account, you can see when you click on the URL of Zendesk, it appears in this way as https://. So after the colon and before this .zendesk, this part of your URL is called the domain. So you have to copy it from here, okay, and then come back to Pabbly Connect to paste it over here. Now when you click on save, your accounts will be connected. Give it 2-3 seconds more and see. Now the same button which was connected a while ago, it is connected now, which means that our Pabbly Connect and Zendesk account are integrated now. Whatever information that Pabbly Connect has captured from our trigger application will be carefully and safely transferred to our action application, that is Zendesk. But before that, one more step is left, and that step is a very important step of this workflow, because that process is called mapping. Now what is mapping? Mapping is actually creating a pathway between both these applications. Now first of all, understand this workflow in this manner, that we are creating this automation in order to transfer the information from one application to another, which means from Calendly to Zendesk. Fine, but how are we going to do that? Pabbly Connect is just an intermediator. Right, so Pabbly Connect will do what? That it will take information from Calendly and transfer it to Zendesk. But there are 2-3 things that need to be transferred. For example, the name of the person, the contact number of the person, and the email address of the person. Now there are 3 different information, and there are so many empty fields over here. Now which information is going to be filled in which field, that we are going to take care about that, and we are going to do it with the help of mapping. Now, as soon as you click on an empty field over here, it will ask you to insert data from previous step. Now, what was your previous step? Obviously, your trigger application, that is your Calendly. Now, it will give you this drop-down menu from where you can map that information. So, the subject for us for now is the name of the workshop. So, you click on this search and map data and write a part of what you are looking for. Then you come down, and it's not necessary for you to fill in all the fields. Only the fields where you can see this required in red written before it. So then that field is important for you to be filled. Now the requester name, the name of the candidate, it was Rimi. So I will just type Rimi and it is here. Then the email address. So a very easy step is to just type @ and it will give you the email address. So in description, first of all, you can write the contact of the person. So write the static information as contact and then map the phone number from here. The phone number was this. Okay, now this is the phone number. Now put a / and n. The / and n plays the role of enter, which means whatever you're going to write after n will appear in the next line under contact. And under contact, we are going to write venue, and then you can map the venue from here. So this was the venue. Now the description is given by you. Any tags or something? Public? Yes, it has to be public. Is it a problem? No, it's a task. And then you have to enter due date. But see, it's not required over here. There is no due date as such. So it is not necessary for you to enter it over here. Is it a priorities? You can set the priority as high, normal or low. I am setting it to normal for this case. And we will just simply click on save and send test request. Make sure that you have filled all the fields where it was written required. Other than that, all the fields are not very much necessary for you to fill. Now see, there is no error in this response that we have received. It shows all the information has been transferred successfully and safely. Just simply click on save over here. This saves your workflow. And then you can go back to Zendesk and check your tickets in Zendesk. Here you can see a new ticket has been raised. This was the earlier tickets that are already present over here. Now this ticket, if you open it, you can see this was the name. Remy John was our person, the contact and the venue has been given over here. So a ticket has been raised. Now this was a task. So it is not a problem or a query that needs to be resolved. It's just a task. It has been added over here as task only, which means that our workflow has been successfully completed. So let us close this tab and do a quick recap of what we learned in this video. So our trigger application was Calendly and our action application was Zendesk. We created an event in our Calendly, and then when registered in that event as an invitee, then we received this response from Calendly by connecting our Pabbly Connect and Calendly account. Further, when we connected our Zendesk account, we used our username, our password, and also our subdomain of the URL. Then the two accounts were connected. Further, we mapped the correct information. Not all the fields are important, but the required ones were specifically filled. And then further, we clicked on save and send test request, where over here you can see that a response was received. We clicked on save by saving the workflow. We went back to our Zendesk where we can see a task was created or a ticket was raised. So this was the whole workflow. I hope this helped.
Hello everyone, today we will learn how to create Mailchimp subscribers from new Calendly invitee. Now whenever you create an invitee in Calendly and person registers for themselves for any event, you want that a subscriber should be created in Mailchimp, that is an email marketing software. But this cannot happen automatically because both of these applications do not have a direct connection between them. But today we will learn how to create an integration where our trigger will be invitee created in Calendly and creating a subscriber will be our action in Mailchimp. We will be doing this with the help of Pabbly Connect. Let us learn how to do it.
So we will learn that how can you create an automation and integrate two applications, that is My Calendly and Mailchimp, so that whenever like this is an event and an invitee registers himself for this event, then his information will be used to create a subscriber in your Mailchimp account. So we will be doing this with the help of Pabbly. This is the landing page of Pabbly, and on the right hand side you will go to sign in to your account. If you don't have an account, you have to click on sign up for free. I will click on sign in with Google and I will reach this page where I can see the applications provided to you by Pabbly to create automations. Here you can see Pabbly Connect that we're going to use to connect the two applications for today's workflow. Click on Access Now and you will reach the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. When you reach here, you can see a big blue button on the right side where it's written Create Workflow. Click on the button and give a suitable name to your workflow. I am going to name it as Create Mailchimp subscribers from new Calendly invitees. Click on Create and then a blank workflow will be created for you like you can see on the screen. Now these are the two boxes where one has trigger written over it and the other has action. Now what is this trigger and action? Trigger is when this happens and action is do this, which means that whichever application you will be choosing over here will have a trigger, and when that triggers the application, this workflow will proceed towards the action application and the assigned action will be performed over here. So our trigger application for today is Calendly. Because like you can see, I told you in the beginning also that this is the form that I'm going to use. This is the event about spoken English training. I will copy this link and open this form in a new tab. So this is the form. Here I will decide my date and then I will decide the time and fill in my credentials or my details for my registration of this event. Now the trigger event will be invitee created through the user. So I am the user of this account and I have created this form or this event. That is why I have chosen the event as invitee created user. So whenever a person will fill this form and register themselves or himself, then a response will be received over here in Pabbly Connect. But for that purpose, you need to connect your Calendly and your Pabbly Connect account. So click on this connect button, click on add new connection, connect with Calendly, and then your accounts will be connected, because this is a method where Pabbly Connect automatically detects an open account in the same Chrome. So now it says connected. It has detected the organization and the username. This is correct because this is my own account. Now when I click on save and send test request, I will go back to this form and register myself for that. Let's click on save and send test request. And then meanwhile, I'll choose a date for myself, like 21st, I'm free, and it will provide me a list of time. So I'm free at 11:30 a.m. and click on confirm. Now I will enter my details as email address, then any specific doubts. So I have some doubts about tenses. My phone number. So because this is my country code and I'm operating over here, then it will come automatically as my code. If you are in some other country, it will detect your code and your code will be visible right here. So this is my phone number and I am entering my address also, that where am I coming from. Okay. Schedule event. And then it's confirmed. You are scheduled with Prachi Verma. It's written over here. Now we'll go back and wait for the response to arrive over here in Pabbly Connect and see the responses here. So this is the email address. Okay. The name, separate name and name together, the doubt, the phone number and the address is over here. Which means that whatever information that we have entered in our Calendly has been retrieved over here. Now what is the purpose? Our next step comes as our action step, that is the destination for this information. So we want to create a subscriber in our Mailchimp through this information only. So we will choose our action application as Mailchimp. And then our action event will be add new member with custom fields. Click on connect, add new connection, and then you have to enter token and the data center over here. So do not worry that where you will find this token and data center, because this is the help that it's provided to you. Enter your API key. You can find the above key by logging to your Mailchimp account. We have already done that. Click on the profile picture, then profile, then extras, and then you'll find the API keys. So when you go back over here, on the bottom left corner, you can see your profile. Click on that, go to profile. And then you'll find a panel over here where it's written extras. Go to extras and then you'll find the API keys. Now, either there will already be API key like it's here already. But if you want, you can create a new key. Name it like I can say spoken English training. Okay. And then generate a key. So this is the key that has been generated specifically for this new workflow. So copy that and paste it over here. Now they ask you about the data center. So data center is this, it's in this format, which will appear in the subdomain of your Mailchimp account URL. Like if this is your URL, then this part before the dot and after the slash is your data center. So let us go back to Mailchimp and see what's written over here. US13 is written. So you can just manually type it right here and click on save. And your accounts are connected. Now see, the same button says connected. Now you have to choose the audience list. So here audience list is this because this is the username of my Mailchimp account. Okay, so this is my user list. No other option is there because this is my username. Now you have to enter the email address of that person. So all these fields that you can see over here is provided to you to create a subscriber in Mailchimp. Whenever you create a subscriber from here, like these are all the contacts over here. And if you create a new contact from here, add a subscriber, it will ask you these details only. So you are going to map these details in your workflow right here so that you don't have to do this manually every time. So we will map it, and how we will map it, whenever you click on an empty field like this, it will ask you to provide data from the previous step. What was the previous step? Calendly. So you don't need to copy it from this response, okay, and paste it over here, but you will map it. How we will map it? They provide you this drop down menu. When you click on this drop down menu, it will provide you all the details. So it is asking for the email address. So this is the email address. We map it here. No tags were there. What is the status of the subscriber? It has subscribed, unsubscribed, whatever. So we are going to create a subscriber. So let it be subscribed only. Address, yes, we entered address. So just map the address from here. Either you can just scroll and find it like we have found it through scrolling only. We did not enter any birthday. But if you want, you can click on this search and map data and find it right away and you don't need to scroll down. Like this is the first name, then we had the last name, okay, and then we had the phone number. So like phone number is also here only and you have mapped the phone number. Just click on save and send test request. Just make sure that whenever you map this information over here, you have to enter the required fields. Like this was required, this was required. These are the mandatory fields to be filled. Now you come down, this is the response that we have received and everything is done. It shows no error anywhere, so nothing needs to be corrected. And first thing that you have to do now is to save this workflow. So now it is running. Anytime now, if you create an invitee over here, now it will be automatically added to your Mailchimp. Now we can come over here, refresh it and see that have we received a new subscriber or not in our Mailchimp. So as you can see, this is the email address, first name, last name, then our phone number is here and all the details are here in front of you. Which means that yes, a new subscriber has been created through our workflow that we have created now. Let us close this boxes so that we can do a quick recap. Our trigger application was Calendly and our action application was Mailchimp, because as soon as a new invitee is created, that was the trigger event, whenever this trigger takes place, this response will be received and then the action performed will be to add a new number with customated fields, and these are the custom fields where we will map the information from the previous step and then the response will be received. And first save this workflow and then you can check that yes, a new subscriber will be added every time a new invitee is created in your Calendly event. So this was the whole workflow. I hope this helped.
Not just these applications, but you can integrate many other applications using Pabbly Connect. If you have any issue regarding Pabbly, you can email us at support@pabbly.com. You can ask your queries at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any doubts regarding our pricing, then you can connect us through this given website. If you found this video helpful in any way, then make sure to share this with your friends and colleagues to make their life easier by creating automations. We will meet in the next video. Till then, do not forget to like our video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.